Never thought I'd see this. A notorious global fugitive. Reborn into a police dynasty. Grandpa and Dad are high officials. Grandma's a criminal profiler. Mom's a warrior renowned 法医. Reborn here. The pressure is crushing, but knowing crime inside out. Solving the decade-old serial killings, the creepy elevator murders, even the global cannibal case. I proved to everyone, I'm more than just a military heir. I'm the king of criminalistics. I rubbed my brow, put down my chopsticks, heading out, just at the door. Mom rushed in. She glanced at the breakfast. She smiled. Pleased. Not bad. Not. Ye Yang, you finally kicked those bad habits. Come here. Mom's got a reward for you. A reward. I leaned in. She pinched my cheeks instead, twisting them around. I yelled out, Mom, that's one weird reward. Haha, I'm busy now. No time for gifts. I owe you one. A big case hit Kyoto. I gotta head back soon. She smiled, turning to go upstairs. In a rush, the paper slipped from her hands. I walked over to pick it up. By the way, I gave him a key. No wonder my dad said you could become a forensic scientist. It is the greatest wonder in the world. Take a look. This carelessness is just like my dad always says. Mom's face was flushed, said in annoyance. You little brat. So you even dare to laugh at me, huh? Forget it. There's not much time left. I'm still anxious to get back. She said no more, but I grabbed her hand just now while picking up some documents. I suddenly saw a photograph of the crime scene. Frowning, he said to his mother, Ma, this case is not simple at all. Mom Su Wanrong looked at me with some surprise. What do you know? Hurry and go do your thing. In a few days, but school will begin. Don't hurry to review your lessons. If Su Wanrong does not remind, I really forgot. I'm just a 17-year-old high school student. In the second half of the year, I have to go to senior 3. But my attention is still on that photo. Take it in your hand and look at it carefully. The killer is a bit sick. People can die a little bit. The victim's head was ground. But after death, the knife is still used to leave a trail of stab wounds on the body, especially in front. This hatred is not shallow. Su Wanrong heard the last, shaking his head with a wry smile. You just don't understand that. This killer, Mom, he's a repeat offender. Going upstairs for the 10-year-old files? As soon as I spoke, Su Wanrong's eyes widened. How do you know? Mom, you keep case files in your study. The 10-year-old serial murders are a sore spot for both of you, given the corpse state, and your rush upstairs. It was easy to guess. Impressive. You're so observant. But why? Why hate the victim? The 10-year-old case. Any evidence? It was a crime of passion. Biology. Just from the knife wounds, we shouldn't rule out the suspect from 10 years ago. I never said this case wasn't him. Maybe he really had a grudge against her. I just smiled and said nothing. Su Wanrong watched me leave, then suddenly grabbed my wrist. Smiling, she said, Ye Yang, I need a favor. I turned back. What is it? Come on, let's go to the hospital for the autopsy. She dragged me all the way to the hospital, but barely at the entrance. We were swarmed by reporters. Professor Su is here. Professor Su, do you think the killer in this torture case is the same as the one from 10 years ago? Prof Su, same murder 10 years later. As a lead forensic expert back then, this is the only case where you found 0 clues. Any comments? Swarmed. Reporters fired questions. Su Wanrong frowned slightly. Autopsies were her strength, but handling press, not so much. They weren't wrong. Her career had a dark spot. At her peak, she was stumped by that serial killer. She looked ready to snap, but a hand reached from behind. I stepped in front of Su Wanrong. Anyone in my way got shoved aside. A homicide was on the line. News first, crime just happened. What do you need? Every second you waste lets the culprit escape. Move. My face turned cold. I grabbed Su Wanrong and pushed forward. The reporters froze. Then someone asked, who's the boy? The professor's student. So arrogant. That's Ye Yang, the Yi family heir, protecting his mom. So what if he's right? A murder's just happened. The press is waiting. Case just broke. Piling on questions. Just stalling time? Su Wanrong and I reached the morgue. She pushed the door open. Several officers and the coroner were inside, documenting the body. Seeing us arrive, they all stiffened, then walked over. Professor Su, you made it. And young Master Yi Lian. Everyone was shocked by my presence. I just nodded and moved to the woman's side, scanning her up and down. The officers started to speak, but Su Wanrong shook her head, stopping them.
Half a minute later.
I looked away. Where's the family? Miss Ye. She was from out of town. We've contacted her family. They're on their way. An officer replied. I turned back. Does she live alone? Su Wanrong said. Huang Fei. Qi Sui, a manager at a design firm. She had 2 close friends in Kyoto and cohabited with her fiancé. They were very close. I just said, oh. Then I put on gloves. Everyone looked shocked. Even Su Wanrong was stunned. She knew better than anyone. I never touched the body. When people see the body, there will be fear inside. Look at my posture. This seems to be a personal autopsy. At this time, one is in. The medical examiner working under Su Wanrong immediately stepped forward. Smiling, he said, this body has been experienced. I ignored. Gloved hands bloodily pinched one of the stab wounds on the woman's body. I was watched in amazement. With his 2 fingers, he turned over the flesh and blood of the woman's knife wound. Yeah, you don't try to be brave. You didn't test the body. The body will be uncomfortable. Su Wanrong said with some concern. I then let go of the pinched flesh and blood. Opening. The time of death of the deceased should be between 3:30 a.m. and 4 a.m. The fatal wound was to the chest. That cut killed him. The weapon was a 13 cm dagger, about 2 cm wide, but the blade wasn't sharp. likely from frequent use. That's why the flesh was torn. Then, random slashes followed, down to the legs. The cuts grew shallower. As I finished, I saw everyone staring blankly. I smiled softly. I approached Su Wanrong. Mom, what? Su Wanrong reached out. She rubbed my face hard. No, wait, are you really Ye Yang? I rolled my eyes. If not me, who? Impossible. Ye Yang is supposed to be dense. How could he? Read the wounds in 10 seconds and get it right? Su Wanrong was stunned. I said nothing. I looked at Officer Zhang. Zhang Zhi asked everyone related to the victim to come see the body. Zhang took a deep breath. His expression turned serious. I'll handle it. After he left, I stepped out. The mortuary staff started gossiping. Ye Shao really grew up around masters. His autopsy skills are insane. Truly impressive. I have never encountered a murder weapon that can be seen by watching for more than 10 seconds. The fatal wound and the time of death. Professor Su, your son is a genius. Although it is a bad thing to smile in front of a dead person. But for Su Wanrong, who has long been accustomed to death, at the moment of her heart is very proud. Every mother who doesn't want their children to be outstanding. Su Wanrong responded to the crowd with a smile. It wasn't long before Zhang Zhen invited all the people related to the dead. 2 girlfriends and their fiancé entered the morgue at the same time. When looking at Huang Fei's body, all 3 looked the same, crying after a moment of trance, especially Huang Fei's boyfriend. In the end, he completely lost his soul and sat on the ground. I've been standing outside the morgue watching the 3 of them. It didn't take long to push the door and enter. Su Wanrong knows my purpose. He asked in a low voice, do you believe this case? The killer in the case has nothing to do with the killer from 10 years ago? Of course not. The most suspect must be the murderer of the serial abuse murder 10 years ago. But anyone who has a relationship with the deceased is also suspected of murder. Then I walked in front of the 3 men, looking straight at Huang Fei's boyfriend. He said you've known each other for a few years. The man was dull for several seconds. This just looked up at me. When I saw that I was just a teenage student, bowed his head again. I shrugged my shoulders. He asked the 2 women, what about you? How long have you known each other? We have known Huang Fei for 4 or 5 years. Used to live together. Later, Huang Fei and Li Hong reached a point where they talked about marriage. We just separated. A woman spoke up. Another girl chimed in, can you believe it? Sister Huang Fei getting involved in this. Who on earth? How could they be so cruel? Huang Fei's boyfriend Li Hong finally spoke, his voice trembling. It's my fault. I should have stayed with her last night. Why did I leave? If I'd stayed by her side, this wouldn't have happened after work. I squatted down immediately. Was she busy lately? She got off work past 3 a.m. She's been swamped with a design. Only got a lead a few days ago. She's been working overtime to finish it. I told her not to rush, but she's too work-focused. Nothing I said mattered. Li Hong said. Emotions surged again. My fault. Why couldn't I hold on longer? I stood up. Zhang Zhen, let them rest. I'm not leaving. I'll stay with Feifei. We plan to marry in October. Just a few months left. Why is this happening? Li Hong screamed hysterically. The officers sighed deeply. Even Su Wanrong, used to death, sighed. What a waste. I watched calmly. I committed countless heinous crimes. The world's elite agencies hunted me. As a former crime king, no one knows criminals better than I. What you see might be true, but it might not be. I gave a wink at those policing. The vigilantes helped Li Hong and Huang Fei's girlfriends out of the room. Su Wanrong came up and asked, Ye Yang, did you feel something? I did not speak. Only from Su Wanrong's portfolio, he took out the photos taken at the scene again. The photo is very clear. Every angle. I tiled the whole group of photos together in order. After staring at it for 2 minutes, he said, I'm sure this case is different from the serial case 10 years ago. This word out. Su Wanzhong and the security were shocked again. Miss Ye, whether it's the modus operandi or the level of ferocity, this murder case is exactly the same as the one 10 years ago. Yeah. And the lady's back still has the words, I'm back again. The original murderer, he would also leave such a hideous mark. The only difference is, this time, it's text. Before, it was numbers. A serial killing spree from 10 years ago. Every victim was a woman, and each had a mark on their back. 10 years ago, it was 9/19/2. After reaching 9/9, the killer stopped. I heard the cops argue and sneer. Are you sure this is as brutal as before? On Huang Fei, 5 vital spots were fully impaled. But not 10 years ago. Back then, the wounds were just superficial slashes, but the depth was consistent. Just skin deep. This means the old killer was skilled with blades. His profession must also have something to do with knives. There is a subconscious way of security after listening to it. Even if the degree of stab wounds on the body varies, but not enough to rule it out. The killer 10 years ago was smart, or he's just policing you. Even the forensics play the game, and now this he, just imitating in the East. It's just a gourd. Talking, I took out a very old photo from Su Wanrong's information kit. That photo is of the back of one of the victims. I pointed my finger at the victim's bound wrist. I will not accompany you to find fault, I said and walked outside. Su Wanrong called out, Ye Yang, where are you going? I grinned. I think I know where to find the killer. I headed straight to Huang Fei's company. His body wasn't found until 4 or 5 a.m., so no one knows he's dead yet. I pushed open the door of the design firm. It was just starting work hours. Everyone looked half asleep at their desks. They stared at Su Wanrong and us in shock. Someone stood up. He smiled, walked over, and asked, Officers, can I help you? We're asking about manager Huang Fei. I said,
He paused, then realized.
Oh, looking for Manager Huang? I'll go get him. Hey, he's always the first one here. He must be in his office. I grabbed him. Stop looking. He's dead. Everyone gasped. What? Manager Huang? How? He was fine yesterday. Right. How? He was working late last night. His fiancé, Mr. Lee, was with him. Panic erupted. Chaos ensued. I scanned the faces. The officer feared wasted time. Everyone calm down. We're here to investigate. Have you noticed?
Anything strange?
Any beef with anyone here?
No need.
Who's been away lately? Step forward. Scarcely had they spoken when I spoke up. Both the guard and Su Wanrong stared in shock. Su Wanrong whispered, Ye Yang, it's not that simple. No clues at the scene. He knows counter-forensics. Why risk suspicion? I smiled calmly. Just a casual thought. 3 stepped forward.
1 man, 2 women, all very young.
They looked shocked and sad. One girl's eyes were red. I walked over to her. Before I could speak, she burst into tears.
No way.
Sister Feifei couldn't be dead.
She was so good. How could she die? Tears still falling.
She sobbed on. I handed her a tissue. Were you close with Huang Fei? I was her assistant. I've been sick lately. She made me rest. I just felt better and came back. I could tell she was really ill.
She coughed constantly.
Voice thick with a cold. I nodded slightly.
Asked no questions.
Moved to the next guy. He took a deep breath. Said, I've been on a business trip. Just got back today.
And you?
I asked the last girl. She was different. Su Wanrong watched her. When Huang Fei's death was announced, she looked shocked. But relief flashed across her face. Gone in a second. But Su Wanrong saw it.
Her intuition screamed.
This girl hated Huang Fei. I was sizing her up.
I asked, and you?
What for? Family stuff. So I took leave.
How long?
A week, she said. I nodded.
Smiling. 7 days?
That's long. Something serious? No, just tired. Need a break, she replied. I hummed, turned away. 7 days time.
If you were to task one person with studying another's modus operandi, even saying it's enough is still enough. At the very least, simply copying the model is also achievable. Listen to my words. Many people turned to look at the girl in astonishment. One of the deputy directors exclaimed in alarm.
Public order? What do you mean by that? When Huang Fei died, bound all over with ropes,
head to the ground, but high drum. The blood stain was left on the back. Anyone who has lived in Kyoto for more than a decade, it shouldn't be hard to figure out what this means. I just finished speaking.
A middle-aged man widened his eyes, exclaimed,
That serial sadistic murder case?
Yep. The serial torture killings from 10 years ago. My tone turned sinister. Manager Huang's corpse, identical to the 9 victims from a decade ago. The girl's smug look vibrated at the words. Smugness vanished. She looked up, meeting my gaze. Her voice stuttered. Why are you staring? I didn't kill him. I sneered. But you hate Fei, right? He did slap me, but I wouldn't kill him.
She held her head high.
I just said you hated Huang Fei.
Never said you killed him.
Don't get so worked up.
As he spoke,
all eyes locked on the girl.
She grew increasingly panicked.
Glancing left and right, Su Wanrong approached me.
She whispered, What's wrong? You suspect her?
Just feeling sentimental. When we said Huang Fei was dead, her eyes showed pure relief.
For a moment, I thought she was the one, but now it all makes sense. Turning to the sick girl,
I asked, Forgot your name. The girl froze.
Then, with a hoarse voice,
I'm Wang Wei.
Got it.
Wang Wei, come with us to the morgue. I smiled. Why me? I'm not feuding with Sister Feifei. My smile turned eerie.
She said, I never said you hated him.
Didn't you say you were close? You should say goodbye.
Fine,
I'll go. She nodded. I suddenly grabbed Wang Wei's hand. Even if everyone sees your pity, rest assured, you are the killer.
Silence fell.
The office froze. All eyes fixed on me and Wang Wei. Someone snapped, Security, you're wrong. Wang Wei didn't kill Manager Huang. Isn't this a copycat of the 10-year-old case? The original killer must be back. Plus, you need a motive.
Wang Wei has no reason. Exactly. Wang Wei is scared of bugs. Manager Huang helped him.
Huang paid off his gambling debts. Colleagues argued. I stared at the guy mentioning gambling.
Drowned in debt. Huang bailed him out last time.
He froze. I sneered. Eyes locked on Wang Wei. Hope this isn't a fable.
Take him to the hospital.
Others, search his place.
I give the orders.
Wang Wei paled. I just wanted to see Sister Fei.
Why am I the killer? You couldn't catch him 10 years ago. Now he strikes again. You won't chase.
Why target me? You know that 10-year-old case well?
I narrowed my eyes. Even Su Wanrong busy nearby grew alert.
Wang Wei panicked.
Is there a problem with my words?
If you caught the killer,
will Sister Fei be dead? Still denying it. I stepped forward.
Your calluses are new. Recent manual labor.
You're an assistant.
Need you to move some stuff?
She opened her mouth to argue, but I wouldn't give her the chance.
Xingjian is one.
The other.
When we said Huang Fei's death,
matched the case 10 years ago.
Why did you suddenly relax? Even when we targeted her,
your eyes were full of schadenfreude. I know criminal psychology too well.
Past lives taught me this. The culprit is always the last person. Only the guilty overcompensate.
Wang Wei came in crying her eyes out. Even Su Wanrong was moved.
But I don't trust tears.
Emotions cloud judgment. Wang Wei's lips tremble. You're imagining things. I tugged at the corner of my mouth. To a colleague.
Call Li Hong.
Ask Wang Wei whether she has recently borrowed money from Huang Fei. Call connected. Li Hong's voice was weary. There, I asked about it half a month ago. Later, she looked for it several more times. But Huang Fei turns them all down. She also said that if she can quit, we can only dismiss her.
I thanked them calmly.
Li Hong asked in astonishment. You suspect Wang Wei? Didn't they say the killer was the one from 10 years ago? We have never confirmed that the perpetrator is the same person. Only that the cases are similar. I stared at Wang Wei. He spoke word by word.
So rejected loans. And Huang Fei firing you. You held a grudge.
That's why you killed him. Wang Wei's eyes widened, lips trembling.
He finally spat out.
I hated Sister Fei, but I got over it.
She was right. Where's your proof? Guesswork isn't evidence.
He smirked lightly.
Don't rush. Proof is coming. In just a few hours, you couldn't have destroyed everything. Huang Fei died.
After 3:30 a.m. Nothing like how they did it 10 years ago. I stared at him. No hospital.
Go straight to his place. Clues should be there. Wang Wei's jaw tightened. That confirmed my suspicion.
I ordered him taken away.
Wang Wei's place was 10 minutes from the office.
He was unusually quiet the whole ride. We arrived downstairs. 2 patrol cars were already waiting.
A middle-aged officer saw us.
He hurried over. Prof. Su? Young master, yeah. Sorry to keep you running around.
Su Wanrong shook her head. It's my duty.
Heads up from HQ. City Bureau ordered it.
Case mirrors one from 10 years ago.
They want it cracked within a week. Then he paused. And what?
Mayor Zeng stressed at today's meeting,
if another homicide occurs, we'll hold every city bureau accountable. Su Wanrong sneered. Not a week. We'll crack it today.
Everyone gasped. Today?
Precisely. Within an hour. I looked at Wang Wei. Right?
Miss?
She stayed silent.
Then a security officer came down.
Report. No suspicious items at the suspects.
No weapon found.
Not even a knife.
Wang Wei finally smiled. Security. Believe me now?
Don't rush. Let's go to your place.
I said casually.
Right. Got water? After all this, I'm thirsty.
Su Wanrong smiled faintly. Ye family never backs down.
Yes.
Wang Wei whispered. We took him upstairs.
Security was already searching, but nothing was messed up. I saw the water cooler.
Pour one for Su first. Then walked around sipping mine. Stopped at the bathroom. Paused.
Stared at the floor. Su approached. Ye Yang, what are you looking at? I pointed down. Mom, isn't the floor wet?
Miss Wang, you shower early. Wang Wei hesitated.
Yeah. Why?
Water issue.
Water's fine.
You're the problem.
Sick as you are. Still showering. Brave. I walked over.
Opened the only door.
Small place.
1 bedroom. Not lavish. Money gone to gambling. But when I opened it, I froze. A tall, worn doll stood there. Well handled. Give me a rope.
I turned and shouted back.
Wang Wei staggered.
Su Wanrong seeming to guess, but she stayed silent.
The guard was puzzled,
but handed over the rope.
I took it.
Hugged the rag doll,
wrapping it along her faint traces. Wang Wei's face turned pale when I pulled the doll's arms back.
How is this possible? Someone gasped.
Why not?
I replied, voice low. Hands didn't stop.
The doll took Huang Fei's pose.
Before finishing the knot,
Wang Wei screamed hysterically.
Stop tying. Stop it.
Wang Wei collapsed.
Head down, sobbing. I crouched, watching her.
Anything else to say?
Why suspect me from start?
She looked up,
pale as a ghost.
How spot the doll's marks?
And tie it like that?
Su Wanrong smiled knowingly.
Case closed. Still crouching. I spoke calmly.
Simple. Huang Fei helped more than you. When I announced the death, everyone was shocked. Only you cried instantly.
Isn't this normal? Her voice was weak, yet you weren't surprised. Then I saw the calluses on your hand.
I was sure.
When someone said you're a gambler,
I knew you were the killer.
I paused. What a pity.
A fable of the farmer and the snake.
In my past life, I was the criminal, but never did this. Wang Wei's fragile face twisted into a sneer.
Farmer and snake?
She helped me once. I paid her back.
Why not one last time? Was she so cruel? Watching me get beaten to death?
If I'm gonna die, then let's die too. A ferocious expression twisted his face.
Do you know?
Did my plea go unanswered? I gave him all my design ideas. But what about him? They accepted my idea, but are planning to fire me.
Shouldn't people like this die?
I was rather surprised. I wonder whether it's a coincidence or fate. His phone rang at that moment.
Go ahead.
I said, you're not at the point where you can't answer the phone yet.
Hello? Who?
He answered the call. A beautiful female voice came through the phone. Hello.
Miss Wang Wei, Xinhai Design. This is the Radiance Cup review team.
Your entry meets all requirements.
Report to the venue within 3 days.
Wang Wei freezes. Su Wanrong and I are stunned.
Hello?
Miss Wang?
Are you there?
Hello? Miss Wang?
Wang Wei trembles.
Speechless. Tears spill uncontrollably. She screams hoarsely. Why didn't you tell me?
Why?
I stand up, voice cold.
You deserve to die. But if I get out of prison,
I'll make amends.
Su Wanrong signaled the guard to cuff her. Wang Wei stood up
and whispered,
I really am that snake?
Ye Yang, did you know all along? The doll was just too hard to dispose of, right? Your illness came from splashing cold water and sleeping in the AC after the murder, didn't it? I asked. She parted her lips, then nodded silently. Since she first refused me, and I got beaten up by debt collectors, I had already started planning. Her voice calmed down. I dug up the 10-year-old case files. Spent weeks learning. Sold him out recently. Got a earful. So I took action. After killing him last night, scared of suspicion, came back and soaked up. Sat in the AC. The doll. You were right. Practiced binding for weeks. Too big. Couldn't throw it away. Thought I was safe. After he finished, I lost interest. Captain John, take him away. I turned away. Ma, time for a press conference.
Announce the murder case is solved. Otherwise, the public will doubt our skills.
Su Wanrong nods, pleased. Wang Wei is dragged out.
At the door, He stops. Ye Yang, everyone. If I survive prison,
I'll make amends.
if you can, say sorry at Huang Fei's grave for me. He hesitates, but swallows his words. Once he's gone, everyone applauds. Su Wanrong gives a thumbs up. Eyes shining. Son, Mom is proud of you today. Later, I learned, after I took Wang Wei, Father Ye Zhengbang's office is a heavy one. He had the case file in front of him. I swept the sad faces one by one. Tell me all about your thoughts. The father spoke. The tone was calm. The Kyoto City Bureau has announced to the public. Tell the public within a week, he said. But the corners of the mouth can't help showing a smile. Someone immediately sank a track. This Zhao Qingyang is really can't wait. Unjustifiable. The case is issued. Born in their jurisdiction. They have the right. Father doesn't seem to mind. Now the focus is on solving the case. How did you analyze the case? A man with glasses said, this case is complicated and complicated. Simple in theory, but it mirrors the serial murders from 10 years ago. The killer might be back. He paused, looking at his father. When that case broke, you were chief of Kyoto Police. Its reappearance now. His father waved a hand. Just the facts. You're my original team. Nobody knows that case better than us. The midnight murder has blown up today. It will rock the city. If we miss the deadline, the whole system pays the price. His face grew grim. Lots of talk, but no real ideas. Seeing everyone exchange glances, his heart sank. Maybe years of comfort killed their passion. Just as he grew frustrated, knocks at the door. Assistant opens it. A constable bursts in, thrilled. Minister, we did it. What's the rush? Can't you see we're in a meeting? Someone snaps. The constable, flustered. Sorry, I got carried away. Just got news. The midnight torture case is cracked. Dead silence.
2 seconds later.
Everyone jumps up, eyes wide. You're kidding? The killer from 10 years ago? Finally, the bastard's finally caught. Father's face lights up, but the reporter looks grim.
What's wrong?
An unexpected twist.
Yes, sir.
Sir, it's not the killer from 10 years ago.
Impossible.
The binding method, the gruesome state, the bloodstains, all point to 10 years ago. Exactly. That binding style is too familiar. Unique for decades.
Can't be a mistake.
Father is baffled. Suddenly, a voice comes from outside. Proudly. You see it too. Fooled by the trick. All drunk but him. Ye Zhengbang. Ye family's proud son. Only my mother. Su Wanrong.
Wanrong? What do you mean?
Ye Yang's involved. Father was lost. Mother nodded firmly. The knots were similar. We studied the body. For ages. Ye Yang saw the flaw. In 3 seconds. 10 years. Forensics have come so far. If it happened today, it'd be solved fast. Lost in my notes. Until Mom brought lunch. Mom, why are you back? Wang said you didn't eat. Afraid to disturb you, she said. Her eyes landed on my work. She widened her eyes. Where'd you get this? I smiled. Simple. Compare the blood writing. Look, he planned to kill 9. So on the first victim, he wrote 9-1. But the photo shows shaky strokes. He was terrified then. Look at victim 2. Blood writing is steadier. As bodies pile up, his notes get messy. Why? By the 9th kill, still free. He felt like a king. Above the law. From panic to habit, then arrogance. That's his mindset shift. He stops at 9. So overturn that theory. Mother blinked. Which theory? The killer isn't random. Maybe a psychopath, but a calculated one. These 9 victims have to be connected, directly or not, before the last word. End it, Mom countered. Impossible. They don't know each other. What connection? And do you know? Of course, my dad, I countered. But is he always right? Seeing her doubt, I pressed on. Mom, it's too simple. If the killer's just a spree murderer, even if killing 9, he'd write 9 or 8. No need to write 9-1. So he picked the count early. And the targets. These 9 victims are connected. My logic was clear. Mom had to accept it in her mind. Dad's the best detective. But I was right. All signs point to these 9 victims being linked. So what's the next move? She let out a long sigh. Track down those 9 households. Reinvestigate. Dig deep this time. But it's been 10 years. They might not all be in Kyoto. We'll start with whoever we find. 3 is plenty. As I finished speaking, I was about to stand up. But after just 2 steps, Mom grabbed my collar. Looking fierce, she said. Even if my baby boy eats first. Finish your meal. Then your old mom will go with you. Finish your food. No leaving. After lunch. Mom and I check records at the station. 10 years. Huge changes. 3 families left Kyoto for good. The other 6 moved too. Kyoto's boomed these years. From middle class to millionaires. First stop. Victim Li Yuling's. Now in a suburb. I rang the bell. An elderly woman answered. Who are you? What do you want? She looked puzzled. The old woman smiled. Sister, you don't remember me? I'm Su Wanrong. She paused. Then her eyes read. Your forensic Su? She hurried us inside. The room was furnished. Life seems good. Let's sit. She brought tea. She looked hesitant. I spoke up. Auntie, it's about your daughter. 10 years ago. She swayed. Her voice trembled. It's been 10 years. New leads. New theories. Let me ask you something. Just tell me what you know. She nodded nervously. Did you know Huang Ya?
No.
And you and your husband? Know Zhang Yuhuan's parents?
No.
We met after the crime.
but we weren't close.
Expected. Her mother comforted her. I changed the subject.
Auntie.
Do you still have his stuff? Can I see it? She shook her head. Just some photos. No personal items. Bury him with him. Burn it for him. I can't keep it. It breaks my heart. Human nature. Some keep the mementos. Some can't bear the memories. We did no more. No leads here. As we left, Li Yuling's mom held mine. Forensic Sue, just tell me. It's been 10 years. Can we still solve it? Mom didn't know how to answer, but I spoke up. Auntie, rest assured. Wait for news in a week. We'll find the killer.
A week.
He perks up.
Right.
If we find it, these 10 years weren't in vain.
Leaving the Li residence.
Mom blames me. Why so sure? Not a clue today. At least we learned something. I mean, we ruled out the older generation's feud. Next, Li Yuling, Huang Ya, Zhang Yuhuan. What's the link?
Let's go downstairs.
Before we get in the car,
Li Yuling's mom chases after us.
Forensic Sue, wait. She ran over, pulled out a gift card. My daughter left this. She loaded a lot of cash. Didn't burn it with her. Just remember now. See if it's useful. I took the card. My gaze hardened. Then I smiled. Old shit, this is useful. After she left, Mom saw me treasure it. She was confused. Ye Yang, what's the trick? Mom, list every victim. Just said that. She keep the answer a secret. The car drove for 10 minutes. Mother had a sudden idea. She snatched the shopping card. Gilded letters on the card read, Golden Department Store. Built 15 years ago. Crushed by e-commerce 3 years back. Now obsolete in the capital. Yet this place was key. A crucial clue. Victim number 3, Zhang Yuhuan, used to work here as a clerk. Old Wu went to rescue his son. I didn't wait for her to speak. I spoke up first. Clicked. I laughed it off. You little jerk. Saw the card and got it. Overcomplicating things. Rode for nothing. Mom's busy, you know. Figuring it out was worth it. I just smiled. Who knew Li and Zhang were linked to the mall? She peaked 10 years ago. Now we just need to find out if anything happened there before the first victim died. If we find that, we can narrow down the suspect. Mom listened. She pinched my cheek. Shook it back and forth, disbelieving. My precious boy. Speak. If it didn't risk our family's reputation, would you hide forever? I smiled, non-committal. I don't care about other things. But if I lose face before my mom, I won't stand for it. Mom was thrilled. She hugged my shoulder tightly, so happy inside. Finally, my son can protect me. The car fell silent.
Soon we reached the old Golden Department Store side.
Now it's the One Plaza.
Shopping, leisure, and entertainment all in one.
After getting out, Mom said, new mall owner. But lucky us, GM is still Li Mingbo. He might have clues. We headed straight to his office. Door opens. Li smiles.
Prof. Su.
Young Ma, pleasure. Pleasure. He sits, curious. You visiting us.
An honor.
What's up? Just ask. Straight to the point. We have a question. 10 years ago, before Sept 16, 2007, did Gold Dep Store have a major incident? Li Mingbo paused. Nervous laugh. Oh wow, Gold Dep Store. What, a long time ago? Before Sept 16, 2007. That's too broad. How could I remember? Understandable. 10 years. Hard to recall. But I saw his eyes. A cold sneer. Manager Li means can't recall. Nothing major happened at Gold Dep Store in 07. My smile is colder. That's fine. Now, as a police officer, we're asking you to assist in a case. Sorting out all the slightly influential events of the Golden Department Store in 2007. Send it to Minister Ye's office by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Remember, no matter how big or small the matter is, whenever there is a little noise, one piece is not allowed to fall. Li Myung backstairs. Let's leave. What do you mean by that? No matter how big or small the matter is. All records. Manager Li's eyes told me. You must have thought of something. It's just bad to open your mouth. I got up. Since that is the case, this is the only way to do it. 9 a.m. tomorrow. Hope Minister Ye sees your report. Done. I signaled my mother and walked out. As we were leaving, Li Mingbo panicked. Forensic Sue. Young Master Ye. Don't rush. It's been too long. I need time to think. He fears offending us. He'd never dare cross the Yi family. Or else, if he gets mad, they'd inspect the mall all day. From opening to closing. Even shutting it down. Mom didn't get why I flipped. Li's words sounded right. Too long ago to recall. But whatever I do, he's on my side. I stopped. Turned back. Manager Li. That's it. We're asking about the 10-year-old abuse murder case. If you knew and didn't report it, when he comes out, you'll face legal charges. Done. Turned around again. Li clenched his jaw. Fine. Listen up. Before Sept 16, 10 years ago, a major incident did happen at Golden Dep Store. I spun around. What? Why does it involve you? Sept 10, 2007. A woman was swallowed by an elevator. The victim was my son. He stopped here. His eyes turned red. His face twisted in rage. My mom and I were stunned. September 10. 6 days before the first torture murder. Did that really happen? An elevator eating someone. What happened? I pressed him. Li Mingbo looked pained. He whispered. It was the weekend. My wife was busy. So I brought the kid to the mall. I never expected. He'd run to the elevator while I was distracted. The elevator malfunctioned. His voice started shaking. Young Master, you know, his head was crushed. Brain splatter all over the elevator shaft. In the end, he was like a desperate beast. Eyes burning with rage. Mother whispered, sorry. Li Mingbo hung his head, like he didn't hear. I looked at him for a long time, then sighed, my bad. Manager Li didn't expect this. Hey. He raised his red eyes, forced a smile. Young Master Ye. Forensic Sue, anything else? That smile held pure hate. Does it amuse you? We didn't linger. Left his office. Back in the car. Mom saw me deep in soul. Asked, Ye Yang, what are you thinking? I'm wondering if 6 days is enough to frame Li Mingbo. His son Li and Zhang Yuhuan. Mom's eyes widened. You think Li Mingbo's the killer? No. Anyone linked to the case 10 years ago is a suspect. Li Mingbo is suspicious. Even everyone from Golden Department Store back then. I said calmly. I'm just considering if 6 days allowed for such a meticulous plan. I list everyone as a suspect first, then eliminate them one by one. The one left is the killer. Many theories on that case, but no one checked Golden Debt. Might be a new lead. Maybe the right one. Ma, check who from Golden Debt is still in Kyoto. Especially Li Yuling and Huang Ya. Were they there for the elevator? Footage would help. We need a security bureau. I think records exist. If they're kept, then let's go. Driver speeds up. Mom hesitates. The bureau. That's Zhao Qingyang's turf. Aren't you afraid to tip them off? Where there are people, there's conflict. Zhao Qingyang isn't Ye family, but he's backed by a rival clan. They always play dirty. I get mom's worried, but I'm confident. Ma, don't forget, we're investigating the 10-year-old serial abuse murders. Zhao doesn't know we caught Huang Fei's killer. Going now is fine. What's the harm? Mom paused. Then he smiled, embarrassed. The car soon reached the security bureau. Many their new mom. They stood up to greet her. Word reached Zhao Qingyang. He arrived late, beaming. Oh, Professor Su, Ye Yang, what brings you here? New lead on this morning's case? He couldn't wait to ask about the midnight crime. His mother's smile was fake. We need the full file on that 10-year-old abuse murder. The bureau should still have it, right? Of course. Every case we handle, big or small, is archived. But 10-year-old cases are hard to trace. Check the archives. Since you're looking, the whole bureau will cooperate. He waved his hand, looking like a big shot. But what era is this? The digital age. The archives exist, but most records are digital now. If you really want paper files, who knows how long that'll take? The mother frowned. Director Zhao, can we check the computers? So sorry. Our systems are undergoing upgrades. They're unavailable for now. If you're willing to wait, feel free to wait. Mother wanted to argue, but I smiled and spoke first. No need. We'll check the archives ourselves. Young Master Ye, Professor Su can access the files, but you don't have clearance. Director Zhao chuckled. I'm not from the security bureau. No access to classified files, but that won't stop me. Director Zhao's info is slow. I smiled faintly. I wasn't in law enforcement, but a second ago, I was hired as special investigator. If you don't believe me, call Minister Ye. Not minutes ago, nor hours ago, just a second ago. Zhao Qingyang's face darkened. I see. I'll check later. Guards, take Prof. Su and Yang Ye to the archives. Let them look around. My mom knows this place well. Dad used to work here. She didn't ask for help. She went to the archives alone. Only 2 old clerks were there. I greeted them, then asked, where's the file on the 07 serial killings? They looked at each other, smiled bitterly. We get too many files. I don't remember that case. Where are the old records? On shelf, C-12. Hundreds of cases up there. How do we start? I didn't answer. I headed straight for C-12, looking month by month. Finding the shelf was easy. The details were the hard part. Mom and I climbed the ladder. Time flew by. Mom finally gasped, found it, staring at the pile of files. She rolled her eyes. It dragged on. Look how much built up. Just need the street interviews. We have plenty of records at home. Skip the extras. Just a waste of time. I warned her, but I didn't take them. Kept searching the shelves. Mom flipped through. Only the public interviews, especially witness logs. She missed nothing. Time ticked by. Minutes passed. A strange smile touched my lips. Mom, was there a scribe named Xiao Dajiang? She rushed to the files. Yes. How did you know? I held up the documents. A smile of great certainty. Can a 10-year-old murder case be solved? It depends on this Xiao Dajiang. The name Xiao Dajiang. My mother and I are not familiar. But as he appears in the file, the memory of the mother seems to go back a little bit to 10 years ago. The case alarmed the whole town. Mother as head of autopsy. Care of the case as much as any law and order. She vaguely remembers. When Xiao Dajiang was asked to make a record, he was there. Memory gradually clear. Mother put down the case file. This Xiao Dajiang, if I'm not mistaken, should be the Gold Department Store city security captain. Not bad. I handed him the case file in my hand. Mother's gaze sharpens. The elevator cannibalism file. I nod. Right. Records from Li Mingbo's son's death. Guess what else I found? What? Spit it out. Several statements here, including Zhang Yuhuan's. She takes it. Reads softly. The notes above. Manager Li's kid was playing in the elevator. I yelled at him repeatedly. He heard me but ignored me. The manager called me, so I headed back to my post. But before I could turn around, the elevator malfunctioned. The kid got trapped inside. His head was crushed. Why didn't you hit the emergency stop? I was terrified. Everyone around was too. We couldn't think straight. These are Zhang Yuhuan's statements. They reveal what really happened. Li Mingbo's son wouldn't listen. Others feared his father's status. Daring to speak or not, it was a lose-lose situation. No one expected the breakdown. Swallow the kid's food first. If someone hit the stop button, amputation would be the worst. Not this. My mind started analyzing. But when one possibility hit me, I kept it to myself. Instead, I asked something else. By the way, why no video footage? Mom's expression got weird. Serial killers usually avoid cameras. Times were different back then. Only rare clips of the victims. I mean, a mall elevator incident. Why is there zero footage? Mom was stunned. That's impossible. The case files show. The officer checked the footage. No records found. I filed the case. Helping mom up. Let's find Xiao Dawei. My gut says he's the link between both cases. Get him. And we catch the killer. Mom didn't say more. We closed the file. Left the archive room just outside. 2 plainclothes cops reported to Zhao Qingyang. What they said. We didn't care. No time for office politics. Left the police station. Went to the census dept. Otherwise, in Big Kyoto, finding someone is tough. The chief was helpful. No one dares ignore the Ye family. But Xiao Dajiang is too common. Xiao isn't rare. Dajiang is everywhere. To get news fast. We ignored mom's dinner call. Didn't even answer. By 8 p.m., a staffer rushed over. Professor Su, young master Ye, Xiao Dajiang's found.
We stood up at once.
Where is he staying? The staffer hesitated. I frowned. What's the problem? It's not that. The Xiao Dajiang. The former security chief. At Golden Department Store. He paused. Voice low. He died 10 years ago. We were both shocked. The serial torture murders from 10 years ago. A key figure was already dead. The brutal killings 10 years ago. Or Li Sun's elevator tragedy. Xiao Dajiang connects the past and present. He took statements for both cases. No time wasted. I pulled Xiao Dajiang's file immediately. The records show he's the man I needed. But he died in a crash on Oct 4, 2007. The driver was caught months later, but died of cancer in prison soon after. I read it all. I squinted. This was a contract hit. My mom, a veteran forensic pathologist of 20 years, felt her death was no accident. Zhang Yuhuan died on Sept 29. Xiao Dajiang on Oct 4, just 5 days apart, and the driver who killed him had cancer. Suspicion is inevitable. There were 10 victims, not 9. My voice dropped. 10. I let go of the mouse. It's getting dark. Put the case aside. Let's go home for dinner. She checked her watch, slapped her forehead. Right. It's past 8. I'm used to skipping meals. Don't starve yourself, young. Mention food, and she's all ears. She dragged me away. Back at the Ye house, lights were on. Father Ye Zhengbang sat on the sofa. My grandparents, Ye Guoliang and Xue Yuzhu. Grandpa looked stern, quietly imposing. Grandma was elegant, eyes deep with wisdom. People said of the Ye family, besides the teen heir, men and women alike were military tigers. A renowned detective, retired. No one forgot she went to northeast China to catch gang boss Qiao Ye. I walked in, grinning. Grandma, why are you here? My grandma adored me, seeing her grandson. She jumped up, overjoyed, gripping my hand tight. Then he glanced outside. His eyes narrowed. Father, have you eaten? Dad looked stunned. Mom, we just ate together. You still have the nerve to eat. Grandma scolded. The kids out there running around for you, and you're feasting here at home. Is that how a father acts? Dad's face went sour. But you were enjoying your meal too. He dared not say that. He just kept apologizing. Grandma snorted. Wang Ma, in the kitchen. Cook 2 more dishes. Can't let my precious grandson and daughter-in-law go hungry. Mom and I felt quite awkward. After the meal, Grandpa took off his glasses. Ye Yang, heard you followed your mom all day on a case.
Yeah.
Learned a lot. Dad perked up. How? The 10-year-old case has a lead. Hardly finished speaking. Grandma smacked the back of his head. You've got some nerve asking. If it weren't for your father and me, you wouldn't be sitting here. Mom, don't drop your son for a grandson. I'm your own flesh and blood. But he's my grandson too. I watched you for 40 years. I'm sick of it. As she spoke, she peeled an orange for me. I ate the orange, smiling. The 10-year-old case went unsolved, mainly due to the investigator's carelessness. Exactly. Mother chimed in. To sum up, the culprit is you, Ye Zhengbang. Father frowned. I was cautious every step. How could I slip up? You missed Gold Department Store. The victims weren't unrelated. I said slowly. Li Yuling had store cards. Zhang Yuhuan was a clerk there. Soon after Zhang died, Captain Xiaojiang died in a crash. Before that, Li Mingbo's son died in an elevator accident. Ignoring the set let the killer roam free. Our family's been slandered for 10 years. Dad's face went pale. He didn't say a word, just stared at me. Dead. So did Grandpa and Grandma, but different. Grandma picked up her pen, scrolled notes quickly. Soon. She wrote one name, Li Myungba. No surprise, he's the prime suspect. Grandma put down her pen. I glanced over, gave a thumbs up. Grandma, sharp as ever, with just a few words. You nailed my thoughts. 岂无事藤边写. But her face stayed solemn, even if we guess it's Li. Where's the proof? It's been 10 years. Evidence should be gone by now.
No.
I smiled. Xiao Dajiang or Zhang Yuhua might know. Aren't they dead? Some have said. I whispered. The dead can speak too. Late at night, Ye family lights went out one by one. But in one room, parents were still awake. Wanrong. Don't you think Ye Yang is acting weird? Father put down his book, frowning slightly. Mother snapped. You have some nerve. If it wasn't for the case from 10 years ago, you think Yang would show his face. Now public opinion links Huang Fei's case to 10 years back. If we can resolve this, what will the Ye family face? I know the consequences. But isn't Huang Fei's case closed? Mother sneered. Ye Zhengbang, you've held power too long and lost your mind. If you name Wang Wei as the killer, who would believe you? The Kyoto case left a scar. Huang Fei's death hits the news. The city erupts in shock. Rumors spread everywhere. The killer demon is back. Online attacks are unstoppable. Even our parents' identities leak. The backlash is overwhelming. Father realizes it. No one will believe us. Wang Wei dropped the bomb on us.
We have to fix this. Mother's tone softens.
That said, I'm shocked too. Yang was weak before, a spoiled brat. Nothing like a soldier's son. But after today, I see I misjudged him.
He's truly my child. When it comes to the end, he couldn't help but boast. Father also straightened his chest.
Face pride, but they never thought. In the dead of night,
Someone opened the door, quietly left the Ye family. That person is me. It's nearly late at night. I walked for a long time.
to stop a taxi. The driver is tired.
Young people come home so late. Your parents don't say you. I smiled and shook my head. It's late. Master, go to the mountain cemetery in the suburbs.
The driver stared, nervous. Where to?
On mountain cemetery.
I nodded.
Past midnight.
The 17-year-old kid, not home,
Not at an internet cafe.
but a graveyard.
The driver wiped his face, checked if I was alive.
Then took a deep breath. Cash from the suburbs.
He drove on. By the time we arrived, it was 3 a.m.
I got out. The driver asked kindly,
Hey, young man.
"What are you doing here this late?
Chasing a thief? I smiled.
Wanna come up and check?"
The driver shook his head fast
And drove off.
I smiled and entered the cemetery.
The graveyard was eerie at night.
But I didn't care.
I'd been here in my past life,
Even sat by a tombstone all night.
feeling the chill around me. My pace quickened. Soon, I stopped at a grave.
A photo was pasted on the tombstone.
A man in his 30s,
Rugged looks, but pretty average. I stared at the tombstone.
whispering,
Xiao Dajiang.
"Think your old boss Li Mingbo. Will he come see you tonight?" Done. I stepped aside. As a former criminal, I know the mindset well, especially for big cases. Still unsolved. They're arrogant deep down,
Playing dumb in public.
but turn around, eyes like vipers. They'll even slip up.
To bait the trap.
Li Mingbo didn't stand out. Totally normal guy. But if he's the killer, he'd expect Xiao Dajiang to surface.
If he did.
He might visit Xiao's grave.
To brag about his last 10 years.
Low chance. But Li is lonely.
In these 10 years, he divorced his wife, has no kids, lives alone every day.
Now the past is dug up.
Put yourself in his shoes. If it were me, I'd want to talk too.
But as a blood-stained killer, secrets can only be told to the dead. Time ticked by.
After an eternity,
I caught a glimmer in my peripheral vision.
light flashed below the cemetery.
Gone in a flash, but I saw it.
A few minutes later,
A man in a suit stood before Xiao Dajiang's grave.
He sat down, lit a cigarette in silence.
Then sneer. Xiao Dajiang,
Finally, someone remembers my masterpiece from 10 years ago.
don't know which upstart dare to copy my killings.
Can't even tie a rope right, yet dares to impersonate me. Hilarious, isn't it? But those idiots in law enforcement are still the same as 10 years ago.
Should I really come out of retirement? I killed for my son's revenge, but I didn't expect murder to be addictive. Do you know how itchy I've been for 10 years? Before he finished,
I stepped out of the shadows, smiling. Li Myungbak, how about I scratch that itch?
去那火有.
When I emerged from the shadows, Li Myungbak was terrified. Why are you here? He stood up, shouting. I chuckled softly. Relax.
You're a high IQ criminal, hunted for a decade but still free.
Getting this nervous so soon doesn't suit your reputation. His expression darkened.
After a silence, he said, "You suspected me when you saw me today.
Right? You should have phrased that differently.
It was when we found you. You know you can't hide." Li Myungbak laughed. "I know you should have a recording device with you.
But don't you know, recordings of the other party's reluctance, it can't be used as evidence.
I'm not that complex.
I shook my head.
I never use recorders. Just wanted to see who you really are." He frowned, seemed skeptical. "Recordings aren't solid evidence, but they help. But looking at me like that," he started sneering. "So, what do you think I am? A criminal, for sure. By the way, where'd you learn to tie knots? From your kid's death to Li Yuling's, only a few days. Not enough time to learn. You must have known already." A look of triumph crossed his face. Some even had the same nightmare.
Dreaming of being tied up like that. Waking up in a cold sweat. Li Mingbo clearly didn't want to talk.
He just said, "Guess."
Then turned and headed down to the cemetery. Watching his back,
I spoke calmly. "Hold on, still trying to fish for info."
he looked back, sneering.
Ye Yang, I'm just visiting a former subordinate. No law against midnight visits.
Plus, I don't understand a word you say.
So even if you suspect me, without proof, I'm still Li Mingbo,
General manager of Dawan Mall.
Then he couldn't help but laugh.
I walked away without looking back.
I sighed.
muttering.
"Think you're here to catch a killer?"
So cocky, you're gonna get beaten. No sooner said,
I grabbed his hair. He was shocked. To him, if not for his background, he wouldn't even bother speaking. A 17-year-old boy. So what if he's gifted? Just a green kid.
but he didn't expect.
This kid to be so strong.
He grabbed him hard.
He couldn't move an inch.
Ye Yang, what are you doing?
You're a young master of a great family.
Let go of me.
Li Mingbo knows the law. He studied it for years, waiting for the day he gets caught, to find a loophole. He quotes the law, but he missed one thing. I'm unbound, fearless.
Even if I cripple you.
Who dares touch me?
I smirked. My foot crushed his left leg.
Maybe someone in Jingdu can handle Ye Yang, but it sure as hell isn't you.
Li Mingbo, I didn't seem to use force.
Then, snap.
Ah! Li Mingbo screamed in agony. I squinted, crouching before him, smiling.
I knew anyway.
Whether it was Li Yuling, Zhang Yuhuan, or Huang Ya.
On the day your son died, they were by the elevator, watching him die. They did nothing. That's why you blame them for his death. You hunted them down,
one by one.
in the elevator files. Only Zhang Yuhua's statement survived. She was the only... Maybe just a coincidence. At the elevator, or with the kids, Li Yuling and the other 9 were there. Li Mingbo forgot his pain. He stared wide-eyed, shocked, as if asking, a secret no one knows. How do you know? I let off the gas, heading downhill. I said, one more day. Make it hard for me. Or when time's up, the game's over. My voice dropped low, almost a whisper. Solving crimes is more fun than committing them. Yeah, this looks like fun. Li Mingbo stared at my back. He was probably wondering whether in Ye Yang's eyes, battling smart criminals is just a game. Over an hour later, I returned to the Ye house. The mansion was still asleep. No one knew I'd been gone. Back in my room, I fell into a deep sleep. When I opened my eyes, it was broad daylight. Mom was calling me for breakfast. After washing up and eating, Grandpa had left for the military base. Grandma headed to work. Mom and Dad rushed out too. I watered the plants, then left home. I gave Li Mingbo 24 hours. In that time, I'll get the key evidence, then send him from the hospital to prison. Whatever happened to him, 9 lives shouldn't pay the price. He's not worthy, nor should he risk the Ye family's name. The ride to Xiao Dajiang's took half an hour. To the door, knocked a few times. An elderly woman, hunched over at 60, opened up. Young man. Who are you looking for? Auntie, I'm with the Public Security Bureau. I pulled out my badge. Earlier, I told Xiao Qingyang to avoid hassle. My father had actually arranged it for me. Please check my ID. I'm here to ask about some matters. The old lady was literate. She glanced at it. I'm the only one left in this house. What could involve the police? I was surprised. In this tiny 30 sqm flat, she lived alone. Inside, I took the tea. It was cloudy. I didn't care. I drank it. Auntie, where's everyone else? She looked bitter. My son died in an accident 10 years ago. My husband couldn't handle it. He passed a month later. We were a happy family. Now I'm alone. I frowned. I didn't expect Xiao's family to be this tragic. Xiao was silenced for knowing Li's secret. His father died of grief. Li's hands are stained with 11 lives. My heart shook, but my face stayed calm. I see. Ma'am, sorry to bother, but I'm here for your son Xiao Dajiang. The case, 10 years later. Clues suggest he was the key witness. So I need to ask. My son died 10 years ago. I don't know. Why ask? He sighed. Mom, just tell me. Before the accident, did he mention anything special to guard? Also, he was 30 when he died, right? Was he close to anyone then? This question made her eyes well up, answering, yes. He was dating a salesgirl at Gold Department Store. Why is my son so cursed? His chosen partner died unjustly. Then he met his own tragic end. Oh God, why treat my family like this? One question broke him. I never guessed. Xiao Dajiang and Zhang Yuhuan were lovers. I patted his back. Ma'am, I'm here about Zhang Yuhuan's case. Go on. After Zhang Yuhuan died, did your son act strange? The old woman frowned, lost in thought. Then she remembered. Yes, he was acting weird that night. He came home late, hiding in his room, crying his heart out. We asked him why. He wouldn't say a word. My heart skipped a beat. Xiao Dajiang is the key. Ma'am, think again. Was he fixated on anything? Something specific? Maybe a waste bag. He carried it daily, but left it home that day. At his funeral, I buried it with him. My heart sank. His words made it clear. The key evidence was in that pouch, but it was interred with him. To get it, we must dig up Xiao Dajiang's grave. To retrieve it. For her generation. Would they allow exhuming the grave? Seeing her grief? My head spun, but without opening the coffin. We get no evidence. After a moment's thought, I asked tentatively, Ma, do you really think it was an accident? She paused. Yes. Didn't the driver admit it in court? But did you know he had cancer? He died shortly after imprisonment. She nodded. I know. His family told me later. That accident nearly destroyed them too. At first I hated them, but what good is hate now? Between the lines, there's a deeper meaning. He has a way to heal himself. Forgiving a son's killer? Auntie, what if I say your son was murdered? Her eyes widened. She was speechless. I guided her to sit. Auntie, I can't be sure, but the Jiang's death is linked to that Kyoto case. You want the satchel? She asked, trembling. I nodded firmly. If he was killed, won't you find the killer? Let him rest in peace. Tears streamed down her face. How can you? He's been asleep for years. Why wake him now? Auntie, you're so reasonable. You forgave the driver. Why not let him die in peace? She fell silent again, head bowed, speechless. I said no more, letting her decide. Seconds ticked by. Finally, she looked up. Does it have to be this way? We checked that bag. Nothing in it. Ma'am, maybe we missed it. If there's truly nothing inside, rest assured, I'll move your son's grave to a better feng shui spot. But there's a condition. We must start today, otherwise time will pass, and things may change. The old lady hesitated no longer, nodding. Good. I listen to you. I immediately picked up the phone. Arrange a few professional people to build a grave in Huanshan Cemetery. Find a good Taoist practice. Okay, young master, when do people arrive? We have to open the coffin before this evening. It must be finished by 4 p.m. Hang up the phone. I said to Xiao Dajiang's mother, Auntie, let's go to Huanshan Cemetery now. The young man, you said Dajiang really won't blame me. I patted her on the shoulder. If he was killed by someone, that's really gonna blame you. She said no more. We went to the cemetery together. Not long from the Taoist priest and workers also arrived. I nodded. Exhumation began. I knew the truth. Xiao Dajiang may not have died unjustly. He was lovers with Zhang Yuhuan. If Li Mingbo had proof, he'd have gone to the police. But he didn't. He was silenced days later. There's only one explanation. Xiao and Li had dark secrets. I'd never say this to the old lady, or the trial would collapse. After the exorcism, workers dug up the grave. After a while, the coffin emerged. It was vertical, buried. To save space, the body wasn't fully visible. Only personal items remained, plus the waste bag I was looking for. The coffin was carried up. I asked the weeping widow, "Auntie, can we open it now?" "Yes, go ahead. If there's injustice, he'll surely thank you." She wiped her tears. I nodded to the workers. With a creak, the lid opened. Saw the burial purse first. Grabbed it. Yanked the stiff zip. Opened it. It was empty. Never held anything. Buried for 10 years. Fabric aged, but nothing lost. I wasn't in a rush. Reached inside, pinching the seams. No one got it. Not even the old lady. She knew it was empty, but I insisted it was proof. That's why she agreed. Besides, she had her own motives. Wanted a better grave for her son. Son, can this bag really be evidence? She felt guilty. I knew she knew about the bag, but I didn't blame her. Pinching a corner, I said, "Evidence found." "Auntie, without a doubt, tonight your son's cause of death will be revealed." Then, I turned to the workers. "Keep Mr. Xiao's ashes at the morgue. We'll bury him in a new grave in 2 days." The old lady grabbed my hand, trembling. "Son, you knew I lied. Why still help me? Parents' love is endless." I smiled. "Aunt, the Yi family keeps their word. What's said is done. I don't break promises. Look, the bag's empty." With that said, I left without staying. I drove straight to my mom's office. Su Wanrong was rereading the autopsy reports of Yu Liling and others, hoping to find new clues in the old records. When the door opened, she was about to get upset, but seeing it, her face turned surprised. "Yang Er, what are you doing here? You can directly issue an arrest warrant to arrest Li Myungbak." "Arrest Li Myungbak? You got the evidence," she exclaimed. "You see, I mysteriously took out my fanny pack. The stitches have been taken apart by me. Pull out a folded photo from inside. The crease is short. The photo is blurry, almost pitch black, but a silver light shines on a man's face. Zhang Yuhuan was not killed at the Chaowang Bridge at all, but in Chaowang Park, which was later demolished. Xiao Dajiang uses the decorative lamp beside the flower bed in the park. With the camera photographed Li Myungbak and Zhang Yuhuan. Mother is horrified. Investigation of the first place of death of Zhang Yuhuan in that year. All thought it was at Chaowang Bridge. I didn't think the real place was Chaowang Park. That night, a killer was hiding in the shadows, while another snuck close and captured the killer's face. Mom stared at the faded photo. Unbelievable. Justice prevails. But why didn't Xiao hand it over? Mom, you don't know this yet. Xiao Dajiang was dating Zhang Yuhuan back then. Mom's eyes went wide. Impossible. If they're dating, why didn't he save her? Only Li Mingbo knows. Call Dad now. We'll hold a press conference before dark. Mom called Dad immediately. Dad got excited on the line. I could hear him from here. Really? The 10-year-old case? Did our son crack it? Of course. Otherwise, who? God knows if it'd ever solve. Send men to Dawan Mall. Mom snapped. Dad laughed hard. Then he snapped out of it. Wait, I sent men to Dawan Mall this morning. Li Mingbo hasn't shown up all day. No way. Did he bolt? Mom's face turned pale. I just smiled and took the call. He can't run. I broke his legs last night. He's likely in the hospital. Check and you'll see. I'll pick him up myself. What? You broke his legs last night? Weren't you asleep? Dad gasped. I rolled my eyes. We blew our cover. And you're sleeping soundly. No wonder Grandma said you got that seat for free. Piss off. I'll call the troops to grab him first. I'll deal with you later. He hung up, frustrated. Just 10 minutes later, the phone rang. Li Mingbo was lying in the orthopedics ward. A photo, sealed for 10 years, became the key evidence. But if someone else went, I wasn't sure if they could crack Li Mingbo. It had been too long. A single photo wasn't ironclad proof, but it didn't matter. I was already heading to the hospital. Li Mingbo was a bird in a cage. He couldn't fly away. Just as I thought. He lay in bed, left leg in a cast. His expression gloomy. He didn't think I could find proof to pin it on him. But seeing my young face, hatred surged in his heart. Ye Yang, you thought breaking my legs would stop me from leaving. To give you time to investigate. Keep dreaming. I survived 10 years in peace. You, a kid with some moves, are way behind me in brains. Thinking this, a vicious grin spread across his face. In vast Kyoto, he was just a nobody. But this nobody once caused panic throughout the city. He was cocky and rebellious. He checked his watch. 3 p.m. Only 2 hours left till his dusk meetup with Ye Yang. Would Yang really bring cops? He smirked. But the smile faded. The ward door burst open. 7 or 8 cops stormed in, guns pointed right at him. Li Mingbo was stunned. He stared blankly, wanted to say something. Then he saw me behind the cops. Panic hit him. Ye Yang, why bring so many cops? He shouted. I glanced at him. Officer. Lock it. Locked. Let me continue. Suspect Li Mingbo tried to flee. I had no choice but to break his other leg. Silence fell. I stepped up to him. His face drained of color. As my fist came down, a scream erupted. Li Mingbo, you're charged with murdering Li Yuling in 2007. Huang Ya, Zhang Yuhuan, Xiao Dajiang, and 10 other victims. Here's the warrant. Read it carefully. I have a warrant in my hand. He trembled with pain. But the eyes are staring. This is impossible. You have no proof. Why do you arrest me? He screamed. How can I arrest you without proof? Xiao Dajiang, that photo. Do you have an impression? I asked with a smile. His face was appalling. At least 3 seconds. Lips trembling. Not a word popped up. You seem to remember. It's not a waste of time for me to dig the picture out of his coffin. I have photos in my hand. Li Myungba, think about whether you still have twin brothers or brothers. He reached out to Rob. Any chance? It's too late. Think you're smarter? Better than cops. Li Mingbo, you slipped up 10 years ago. Bribing that driver to kill Xiao Daowang. You shouldn't have stopped. Left the key evidence. You're a failed criminal. My voice was cold. He deflated. Slumped on the bed, dug from his grave, buried for 10 years. And you still found it. Real secrets are safest under. Why didn't Xiao Dajiang stop you? Just took photos? That's what bugs me. They were lovers. Any man seeing someone kill his girl wouldn't just stand there snapping pics. Li Mingbo stays quiet, closes his eyes. I know what he's thinking. I smile. You're planning how to get off easy. Dream on. Not while I'm here. You can't escape. And Huang Ya. That damn woman was by the emergency stop. Why didn't she just press it? My son would have lost only his feet. But their stupidity and panic cost him his life. He was like a mad beast. I just shook my head. I get your mindset later. You hated killing Li Yuling, but you found it thrilling. Like smoking or drugs. It's addictive, right? How did you know? He was horrified. I sighed softly, turned away silently, said no more, stepped up, leaning on his arm. He's still screaming. Ye Yang, who are you? I am Ye Yang. I didn't turn around. Li Mingbo, I just know your kind. You won't want revenge later. You know the girls were innocent. Maybe they erred, but not to death. You just lost control. With no police trail, you grew reckless, craving their fear, touching their cold bodies. Right? I walked out, leaving the door behind. He just stared. I'm speechless. I was right. When he killed Huang Ya, his hatred was gone, but he didn't expect. Killing is addictive. Li Mingbo was dragged away in shackles. I stood outside the ward and called my dad. Is the driver's family sorted? It's done. They'll testify at trial. His tone was soft. He sounded genuinely happy. By the way, there's a press conference tonight. You should come. I pursed my lips. Not interested. Once this case is closed, I'm out of the police force. I'm just a student, after all. Ha ha ha. Yeah. You're still a student. Dad's riding your coattails this time. I'll send you a big gift. What do you think? It's fine. If the gift is good enough. We chatted for a bit, then hung up. Seeing nothing else to do, I headed back to the Heir residence. Wang, the cook, tried to feed me right away. I made up an excuse that I wasn't hungry. I turned on the TV. By evening, almost every channel on Kyoto TV is airing the same report. According to the latest news, 10 years ago, the serial abuse and murder case that caused a sensation in Kyoto was successfully solved. The offender was arrested at 3:42 p.m. at the orthopedic hospital. According to Sheriff's Department sources, the torture and murder case that happened 2 days ago is different from the serial case 10 years ago. Both cases have been solved, but I was informed. In addition to the efforts of the security department, this case is solved. A teenager surnamed Ye, who did not want to be identified, took the greatest credit in 2 cases. I watched the reports. It's no surprise that information about yourself was revealed. Participation in the whole process cannot be completely covered up. But I didn't expect my mother to call suddenly. Ma, is there something? Xiao Dajiang's mother also came. She has something to say to you very soon. I heard her voice. Young Master Ye, thanks for your offer, but my son doesn't deserve it. I really appreciate it, and I'm sorry. I shouldn't have lied. I smiled. No need. No, I'm good. Just bury him here. He got what he deserved. Alright, as you wish. I don't do favors for no reason. Too many people need help. No point saving someone who doesn't care. The only reason I did it was I promised him, but he doesn't want it now. So I just let him be. Put the phone down. Keep watching TV. It was nearly 10 p.m. When my parents finally got home, as soon as they walked in, Mom called me out of my room. Ye Yang, Dad has a gift for you. I never thought he'd actually give one. I acted surprised. Dad, take that seriously. Dad laughed hard, patting my shoulder. You thought so. Zhang's face in my office was disgusting. Totally satisfying. So about the Ye family, you saved the whole system. Must give a gift. Show it then. Stop the mystery. But waited. Parents didn't move. No gift on the table. Mom smiled. Dad wants you to graduate early. Directly to Kyoto Police Academy. I froze. Hearing no senior year. I secretly rejoiced. Just a new stove. Same feeling. Seeing I was reluctant, he spoke up. Kyoto Police Academy is the nation's top security institute. Only the gifted get in. Back then, your grandpa was honorary principal. I graduated there too. Yeah. The people there are fascinating. Won't you try? It's quite something. Not bad. Top students from there always rise high. They're criminal geniuses. If they committed crimes, they baffle the cops. Actually, I'm kinda interesting. In this world, I'm not short on cash. Nor am I bored. I'm the one picking fights. No one dares touch me. Eat, play, sleep. That life is so dry. So when the murders hit, unlinked to the Ye family, I couldn't wait to show up. With such fun classmates, life might actually be fun. Better than high school textbooks. Alright, I'll check out Kane. Mom was thrilled. Great. I'll prep your stuff now. I facepalm. Speechless. Mom. Classes start in a month. Why the rush? The 10-year-old serial killings case broke news across Kyoto. The mysterious teen Ye became a legend. A natural detective genius, top forensic academy grad, even wilder rumors claimed Ye didn't use that surname. Actually, surname's Di. Reincarnation of Di Renjie. Reading these comments, I grinned wickedly. But as time passed, busy folks forgot the case. Half a month later, Li Mingbo and Wang Wei hit court. Their trials made headlines, sparking fresh outrage. My mind was elsewhere. I browsed Kyoto Police Academy records. Info on this school is scarce. Must be deliberately kept secret. Before this, if my dad hadn't mentioned it, I'd never have known such a place existed. Kawaii Academy invites top students every summer. They recruit not just elites, but also kids from ordinary families. But there's a catch. They all have the potential to be good cops or officials. Right before school started, I got an invite from Kawaii Academy. It was my dad's idea. He didn't want to use Ye family connections too early. When the invite reached the Ye house, Dad couldn't stop smiling. Those old Kawaii guys haven't lost their minds. Ye Yang cracked 2 major cases. They'd be blind to ignore someone like him. It'd be unjust. Amidst the family's excitement, the new semester finally began. Mom packed all my bags, clothes, and toiletries. Packed extras. I stared at the bags, scared stiff. Mom, can I in Kyoto? Just 30 minutes away. Why bother?
It's not a long trip. She didn't care, pointing to a bag.
All clothes.
This one's shoes.
And this one.
Remember this.
Essential meds.
Here's a card.
I'll check the balance. I'll top it up.
I took it. Bitter smile.
Not much cash inside.
Just 100K.
My jaw dropped.
Heaven help me.
I'm just a 17-year-old student with a 6-figure allowance. Unlimited. Replenished anytime.
Fine.
I admit my family's rich. But 100K pocket money is insane. Feigning a disappointed sigh, I muttered. Slip the card in my pocket. Got it. I'll call before it runs out. Mom gets sentimental.
She hugs me tight.
Yang, take care at Kingwell. Eat on time. Rest on time. Got it.
I grab my suitcase.
Yes, Mom. I'll gain weight on break.
She smiles. I leave home.
Take a bus to Kingwell. Kingwell sends pros nationwide. For aspiring cops.
It's a holy land.
A dream come true. Vacation ends. Campus buzzes again. Full of youth and dreams. Older shouldn't be in a place like this. On the roof of the 7th floor of the dormitory building of Block B of Jingjing College. 2 months of vacation, no one came. The wind whistled across the roof. Let all metals strike. Or the clattering of iron. Or a clanging percussion. It's just that the iron gate on the roof seems to completely isolate this place from the floor. No one has seen what it looks like up there. Only know that there is a water tower. Now school begins. The water tower will also start new work. Water storage and water release. Laundry for students. Can be stopped for more than 2 months. Plus a loose valve. There is no water column in the water tower. Only a few little things are constantly crashing against the iron sheet of the water tower. The sound of something is not loud, but if you listen to your ears, those squeaks from the tower.
If I had to guess,
There's a whole
nest of rats in there.
I'm at Kingwell Academy's gate. Security guards stand watch.
Stiff as boards, eyes sharp as hawks.
No ordinary school compares. Kingwell has a quirk.
Students vary wildly in age. Some are in their mid-20s.
Others just 14 or 15. The older ones seem humble, while the young act superior. Yet Kingwell is a comprehensive school. Most lessons aim for future law enforcement glory. But core subjects like math and science remain essential. I approached the gate. A guard instantly blocked me.
Student.
Show your admission letter. I pulled it from my bag. Parents aren't allowed inside even on opening day. Students needing parents were mocked.
Passed security. Led through. Smiled. Said thanks. Walked through the gate. Found admissions office. Logged in the info. Assigned a dorm.
After all that, I finally got my key. Kanaide's not bad. 3 beds per room, each with their own. I walked in.
Roommates hadn't arrived.
Settled my stuff. Zoned out on my phone.
Moments later, the door opened.
A guy in his early 20s.
Buzz cut.
Not as tall as me, but solid.
He stared, stunned. Hi.
Same dorm. I nodded. He was shocked. The Kanai legend's real. No age limits here.
Dude, you look, what, 17?
Just turned 17.
Or 18, technically. No way. A genius. Totally insane.
Dude, I'm Zhou Chao.
From Beihe City. Nice to meet you. I shook hands, smiling. Exchanged polite greetings.
The last roommate arrived. Zhou Chao's composure cracked. Another young boy entered.
Wearing glasses, in worn-out clothes.
He looked at us.
Smiled faintly.
But looked timid.
Hello? I'm Li Duo.
Ye Yang.
Zhou Chao.
How old are you, man? Zhou Chao seemed curious.
19. Oh my god.
Kill me.
3 guys in the dorm. One's 17, one's 19, and I'm 21.
How can I hang with you guys?
Zhou Chao slumped in despair.
Li Duo and I laughed, but Li Duo kept eyeing me.
He finally asked, "Are you really 17? I nodded. He smirked.
Good choice of place. Should be fun.
I gave him a look. He felt the same way. Just here to relax.
We chatted a bit.
Decided to check the cafeteria.
It affects our whole term's meals.
Had to take it seriously.
Jingjing wasn't that bad.
Food was decent.
Li Duo and Zhou Chao loved it. Praised Jingjing again. But back at the dorm, Jingjing left a bad impression.
No water in the room.
Li Duo shirtless.
AC was on. Still felt sticky.
Waited ages. He said no way.
Let's ask the dorm manager downstairs. When's the water coming?
Zhou Chao and I agreed. No shower in this heat is torture.
We headed downstairs together. Turns out, lots of people were asking.
The auntie heard the commotion.
Grabbed the megaphone. Calm down, students. I only got here at dusk. I've already reported the issue. Likely the roof tank's broken from disuse, but it's too late now. School says a repairman comes tomorrow. Gotta wait till tomorrow.
So we'll roll like salted fish tonight.
Exactly. We need water. We gotta shower.
Wang Da Ming's feet stink.
If there's no water,
we'll all choke tonight.
The students yelled. The dorm manager was overwhelmed.
Li Duo sighed. Look,
forget it. Let's go back to the dorm. We'll sleep rough tonight. It's the only way.
Li Duo replied. Zhou Chao
suddenly had a crazy idea.
Just a water tower. Let's fix it.
I saw it. Come on, guys.
Buy tools, fix the roof, and save the whole dorm.
Zhou Chao acted fast.
I felt sweaty and gross too. Be able to do their own thing.
No need to wait for tomorrow. So the 3 went to the supermarket to buy some tools, while no one is paying attention.
Run to the top.
But there's an iron door on the top floor. There's a big lock on the door. Zhou Chao hand wrench. The bare and strong upper body asked, "Do you cry or not?"
No.
Since you're already here.
Why not?
Otherwise, according to the urine of the school.
I'm sure we should wait until tomorrow.
Zhou Chao wedged the wrench into the shackle. Click. The lock gave way. I shoved open the web-covered iron door.
A gust of wind hit my face. It felt refreshing, but my nose twitched. I blocked Zhou Chao and Li Duo.
The smell's off. I sniffed closely.
It was the scent of rot.
Not overpowering,
but I caught it.
Soon after,
Li Duo glanced at me.
Indeed, there's a stench.
Probably rotting animals. Rats or birds fallen from the sky.
I nodded slightly.
Back to the water tower. It's scorching up here. I can't take the heat. Let's hurry. If we're spotty, even doing good gets us in trouble, Zhou Chao said and headed for the tower. The tower was huge. Who those below? Zhou Chao glanced aside. Not a big deal. Just a loose valve. Pumping water. Knocked it off. So the flow stopped. Pressure dropped. No water in the pipes. Let's fix it. Water's coming fast. Li Duo urged. Zhou Chao smiled, nodding. He picked up the valve from the puddle, but what surprised him was a ring beside it. Could this be real? Hearing that, Li Duo and I walked over. Zhou Chao held a ring. Looked like gold. Small, but engraved with a character. Tree. Must have dropped it on the roof. We'll turn it in later. Li Duo whispered. Zhou Chao seemed reluctant to let go, but he didn't really mean to keep it. He tucked the ring in his pocket, grabbing the valve to tighten it. Suddenly, a sharp head squeezed out, squeaking non-stop. Zhou Chao stepped back immediately, face twisted in disgust. When did a rat get in this water tower? So gross. This water was the dorm's only supply. Thinking a rat was in there made me feel sick, but Li Duo and I stepped forward. From the fist-sized valve, I smelled that familiar rot. If it was just a rat, how could it smell that strong? Li Duo said in disbelief. That's when it hit me. Climb the tower ladder. Lift the lid. Shine your flashlight in. Someone's lying inside. The stench hits us. Zhou and Li noticed my face. They ask in unison, what's wrong? Come look yourself. I climb down. Li goes up first. He shines his light, seeing the motionless body. He looks surprised, but he grabs his chin. Deep in thought, Zhou shouts from below, why are you staring? Get down, let me see. Li climbs down quietly. He crept closer, peered inside. Stunned gasp. Holy shit. A corpse. A body in the water tower. Zhou Chao's probably as shocked as Columbus finding the new world. Dad warned me. Jingjing's full of freaks. And look, Zhou Chao is definitely one. Most folks would panic seeing a corpse. But him? Just a slight surprise. Then he actually tried to climb into the water tower. I just rolled my eyes. What are you doing? Get down here. Drag the body out. Then we can do the autopsy. By the way, old Li, get ready. Didn't you say you came to Jingjing to study forensics? Once I move the body, you can start your show. Excitement sparked in Li Dou's eyes, rubbing his hands. Won't let you down. I wanted Zhou Chao to dig up the body. Take a good look. This is Kimjing Academy. The corpse is blurry, but wearing the Kimjing uniform. It's been a while. Killing a Kimjing student and hiding the body in the water tower for days means the killer is a genius. Could they have fallen? No one would suspect that. The water tower lid is intact. It's clearly a murder and cover-up. Zhou Chao braces with his arms, ready to jump in, but as soon as he jumps, the iron door opens again. Several unexpected figures step out. Zhou Chao diving into the water tower. His face went pale. He roared, "What are you three doing? Get down now." A school official rushed over. Furious. It's dark. Why leave the dorm? Why the rooftop? Zhou explained with a sneer. No water in the dorms. The supervisor says repairs start tomorrow. It's just a loose valve. We can fix it ourselves. His expression softened. Since the school scheduled repairs for tomorrow, you should just wait. But I appreciate your good intentions. I'll let it go today. The repair crew is here. You can go back. We didn't touch anything. He got angry. What? Am I not in charge here? I'm Wang Gang, logistics director. Return to your dorms. Now, I spoke up then. Director Wang, there's a corpse in the tower. Wang Gang froze. Comply, corpse or not. What? A corpse in the tower? Yes. As first witnesses, we can leave now. Director Wang, first, get the body out. Then ID him. Secure the scene. Then hunt the killer. I said calmly. Zhou Chao and Li Duo held back laughs. Wang Gang's face darkened. He turned to the mechanic. Gentlemen, wait a sec. He climbed up to check. He grabs his phone. Security's on the way. Corpse on Bidong roof. Then he dials again. Hello? Principal Su? Wang Gang here. Male body on Bidong roof. Wearing our school uniform. This is a major incident. You need to come to the school immediately. Handle this emergency. Quick reflexes. Call security first, then notify the principal. He's more than just admin staff. But I'm focused on the body in the tank. Zhou Chao and Li Duo watch closely. Zhou Chao whispers. Ye Yang, who do you think that was? Killed instantly without a sound. Li Duo adjusts his glasses, judging by the decay. Plus, the break just ended. Could the victim be from last semester? I smile. No idea. But let's tag along on the case. We are witnesses after all. Besides, a freshman encounter like this, what does it mean? They're looking over. I lowered my voice. The victim trusted no one. Only us three. Zhou Chao and Li Duo rolled their eyes. As future peacekeepers, we should be atheists. Death is the end. We just need facts. Does that matter? No. There's some design. I said no more. Security arrived fast. They moved the body out. The corpse was rotten. Organs spilled out. Face eaten beyond recognition. Zhou Chao turned pale. He muttered under his breath. With a body that gruesome, could it turn into a vengeful ghost? Li Duo swallowed hard, but his eyes gleamed behind his glasses. What do I do? Guys, I can't resist touching that corpse. Look at him. For a forensic doc, he's a goldmine. I didn't answer. I walked straight to the body. Examine. Wang Gang tried to stop us, but held back, as if testing what we'd find. Li Duo crouched to check. Zhou Chao surveyed the area. I watched in silence. Soon, Li Duo looked up. Crushed skull. Blunt force. Not the primary crime scene. Body was moved post-mortem. Time of death, indeterminate. Rain or shine. Rain soaks the body. Sun bakes it, drying out all moisture. Zhou Chao walked back, pulling out a ring. No signs of the first scene here. But the name holds a number. I shook my head.
Time of death, clear.
Should be easy to pin down. Last days of the term break. The killer, a standout grad. Li Duoshuang,
Certain of it.
after break. Campus locks down. Staff only. No students allowed. Decomposition is advanced, not recent. Must be those final days. Li Duo got it.
Right.
How did I miss that? Wang Gang looked surprised.
He glanced at me.
What's your name? Eyes fixed on the corpse. Ye Yang. His gaze hardened, like he remembered something. I ignored him, lifted the dead man's shirt,
Pulled down his pants.
Everyone froze.
Zhou Chao yelled, "Where's his dick?" Eaten by rats.
I glared at him. Homicide with a grudge. Cutting off the privates usually means a love triangle.
Hardly had the words left his mouth when a voice called from behind.
Typical of the Ye family. In 4 years, Jinko might produce another detective legend. The speaker was Principal Su Huo of Jinko.
The moment he appeared,
Wang Gang rushed over and bowed respectfully. Principal Su, you're here. Su Huo waved his hand and walked over to the body for a quick glance. He sighed. The three of you just mentioned.
the victim was killed for revenge.
His name contains a number, and he's likely a recent graduate. Wang Gang, any graduates with numbers in their names? Principal Su, I've seen this ring before. Yang Shu wore the exact same one. Wang Gang looked nervous, replying. At the sound,
Su Hu's expression changed. What did you say?
he was Yang Shu. I looked over. Even the principal was shocked. Yang Shu must have been dangerous.
No way.
Yang Shu, the top student of the graduating class. Zhou Chao gasped in disbelief. Su Hu didn't answer.
He just roared.
Hurry! Notify the city police now. Then form a task force.
Work with public security.
Get DNA tested ASAP. See if it's Yang Shu. Then call his parents. He's been dead for months. If it is Yang Shu, his parents would have called. I'm thinking the same. 2 months now. Why no word from home?
Wang Gang called the police right away.
Then he dialed Yang Shu's home.
He hit speakerphone. Smiling, he asked, "Hello?"
Is this Mr. Yang Shu's dad? I'm Wang Gang, logistics director.
Oh, Director Wang, what's up? I need to ask something.
Is Yang Shu home now? The school wants to chat with him.
As Wang spoke,
He looked at Su Hua. Yang's dad said calmly, no.
don't know what he's thinking. Said he'd go teach in the mountains. Didn't even discuss it with us.
But he did mention, we might see him these days. Everyone looked surprised. Did he video or call you?
He's in a remote mountain.
Terrible signal. No video calls. Last month he claimed he was in town. Yang's dad snaps. How come? Director Wang, is Yang Shu in trouble? Wang looks at Su Hua. Su takes a deep breath, grabs the phone. Mr. Yang,
I'm Su Huo, principal of Jingjing Academy.
I need confirmation. Was that really Yang Shu calling last month?
Yes,
But his voice was raspy.
he said he had a cold, heavy nasal tone.
I look at the corpse.
It's him.
Yang Shu, the caller, was the killer. He told his parents they'd meet soon. It's registration days.
The body in the water tower can't stay hidden.
Su Huo cleared his throat. Nothing happened.
Since we can't reach Yang Shu.
Mr. Yang, please come to the academy together. We have something important to give you both. But we're in Shanghai.
She ran off.
Mr. Yang, you and your wife must attend. It's crucial for Yang Shu. Su Hu lied gently.
Yang's dad agreed.
The line went dead. Su Hu handed back the phone. He stood there, speechless.
Zhou Chao and Li Duo grew impatient.
Principal, we're new freshmen. Let us three join the task force.
Trust us.
We'll catch the killer. Su Hu looked at Zhou and Li, then turned to me. Ye Yang, will join us.
If you're cool with it,
You can pick.
anyone for the task force.
Understood.
He knows I cracked that case.
And I'm obsessed with the killer. Who took out last year's top?
And impersonated him for 2 months.
Never pulled off a role like that.
Alright.
Just the three of us. But keep PD out of it. Their red tape slows us down.
School just needs to sign off.
I'll hold the reins. They've got all the gear. Right?
I made my terms.
Wang Gang opened his mouth, but Su Huo stopped him, smiling. Got it. I'm leaving it to you. I'll handle security. But don't drag Yi Yang's case.
We know.
Good. Move the body to the lab. Run the DNA test. They carried it away.
In the forensics lab, the three of us surrounded the corpse. Before DNA results come in, no one can draw conclusions. The ring isn't definitive proof. Li Duo examined it closely. I watched from the side,
Zhou Chao stared at the groin.
throwing out comments occasionally.
Ye Yang, do you think he was cheating? One woman got jealous.
Used this chance to kill him, then chopped off his junk.
He looked pretty sure of it.
Seeing Li Duo and I silent.
Bored, Zhou Chao said.
Why isn't anyone responding?
You know how ruthless women are. Chopping off a guy's junk. I believe they carve him alive. Until the truth is out. All speculation is just guesswork.
Li Duo spoke up. Zhou Chao pursed his lips, leaned in, and asked,
Hey,
Ye Yang.
your family loaded? Principal Su called you young master Ye.
I turned to look at him. Here to work.
Or gossip.
Work, obviously.
I already see through this case. The killer's identity isn't the issue. It's finding proof. Our opponent is a high IQ criminal. He took down Yang Shu, a top cadet.
Without a trace, evidence will be scarce.
Zhou looks sketchy. But getting into the police force takes skill. He thinks like I do. The hard part isn't finding the killer. It's proving he did it. We worked from dusk till dawn. Li Duo finally got the results. It's Yang Shu. Ye Yang, you're right. Time of death, 60 days ago. Skull crushed by blunt force. Genitals severed. Hidden in the water tower. Li Duo took off his glasses. I removed my uniform. I was thinking, could that piece be our key evidence? Li Duo and Zhou Chao froze. Li Duo smiled bitterly. Impossible. It's been 2 months. Did killer pickle it? Just a hypothesis. I smiled. We said no more. Opened the lab door. Found a crowd waiting. All King's students, older than us. A tall guy stepped up. Your Principal Su's team? Freshman. Zhou stepped forward. That's right. Wang Shuo, King's class 2. Your senior. My team joins yours. Share what you know. To solve this fast. His tone was calm, but commanding. Zhou's face darkened. Li Duo hugged the files. Wang saw our silence. Another one. Seniors. First murder since Jinkuai was founded. The word's out. Everyone's talking. For the school's sake, know your place. Don't let this case ruin our reputation. Ridiculous. Who says we can't solve it? Zhou retorted. I said you just can't. Out of respect for Principal Su, I'll join you. Otherwise, I'd shut you down. Wang Shuo's eyes turned icy. Guys behind him sneered. Freshman, when we crack this case, we won't forget you. But you're new at Jingjing Police. You don't even know the basics. So agree already. Learn from us. Zhou Chao clenched his fists. Bullshit. Only the professor can teach me. Who the hell are you? To lecture us? Wang Shuo's glare hardened. I'm being polite. Are you sure? You realize, once we file this, your squad gets shut down instantly. Zhou Chao and Li Duo sensed Wang's intensity. I hate this crap. He silently pulled Zhou behind him. Wang Shuo stared. Last warning, move. He laughed. Heard there are some 17-year-old geniuses this year. So arrogant. But do you know? Capital Police Academy still has rules? Rules? Enlighten me, I asked with a smile. Wang Shuo was top of criminal investigation at Capital Police. His uncle, Zhao Qingyang, was a public security bureau chief, graduate from Capital Police, and he joined the bureau directly. For many, Wang Shuo was indeed someone. Even Li Duo and Zhou Chao looked pale. But next second, Wang Shuo's arrogant smirk vanished. A hand slapped his face, slamming his head to the side. Wang Shuo shindoed back. Furious, he roared, you dare shove me? Just Zhao Qingyang's nephew, and you play tough in front of me? I stared at him. Call your uncle Ye Yang yourself. I shoved his head aside, then left with Zhou Chao and Li Duo. They're tailing me. I can feel them curious about who I am. Now they know why I don't care about that chief. The guy behind Wang Shuo looked furious. Halt. They shouted. I turned around. What? Looking for a fight? They'll get fired, not us. I won't hesitate to use the Ye family name. He gives me the confidence to act. Wang Shuo calmed down from his rage, wondering who Ye Yang really is. The Beijing police are full of hidden talents. Many are from powerful families. He suddenly remembered something. That serial case over a month ago. His uncle was furious when he mentioned it. A cold case from 10 years ago. He was kept in the dark. The culprit, Ye Yang, heir to the Ye family. Wang Shuo got it. He stepped up, forced a smile. You're Master Ye? I glanced at him. No answer. Just to Zhou Chao and Li Duo. Let's go. We walked away. Wang Shuo's face darkened. His ears burned. Wang Shuo, just letting them go? This case boosts our score. Someone wasn't happy. Wang Shuo glared. Don't say I didn't warn you. Avoid Ye Yang from now on. He's a young master of 3 generations of military and police families in Kyoto. Not to be provoked. Everyone gasped for air. We came to the principal's office in the early hours of the morning. So Ho stayed up all night. Watch us coming. He got up and laughed. How was the result? It has been confirmed that the deceased is a poplar tree. Time of death 2 months ago. Now we need Yang. Describe the interpersonal data of the year. Locking suspect range. I said. Su Ho nods. Take a document out of the drawer. I've been ready for a long time. But don't stay up too late. Back at the dorm with the files. Su Huo's notes were thorough. Yang Shu roommates, classmates. Zhou Chao rubbed his temples. Li Duo was the same. He could autopsy all night. But Yong said anything else. I sat alone, flipping through. Focus on Yang's roommates. And his girlfriend, Guo Jie. The West District Police. I closed the folder, jotted down 3 names. Guo Jie, Zhu Wei, Wu Yao. Locked the files away, crawled into bed to sleep. Woken up at 8 a.m. Principal Su stands at the door with a girl. We get up. Principal Su, what's up so early? Let me introduce a new member, Lin Zi, a freshman, just like you. Just turned 17. The girl in the blue Doraemon tee steps up, smiling at me. Hi Ye Yang. For the last month of the break, I heard your name every day. Finally meeting you. I shake her hand lightly, then look at Su Huo with a playful smile. Principal Su, what's your connection to Lin Zi? Su Huo clears his throat, a bit awkward. Lin Zi looked calm. That's my grandpa, but we'll cooperate. I've organized the files. 3 main suspects. Yang Shu GF Guo Jie, his roommate, Zhu Wei, and Wu Yao who likes school. Zhou Chao and Li Duo froze. I smiled. Lin Zi, welcome to the team. I spent all night. I figured out 3 key leads. All 3 knew Yang Shu well. They're the best place to start. But Lin Zi and I, they're not just clues. The killer's among them. Principal Su's gone. Lin Zi lingered at the dorm. Dawn broke. What now? I smiled. He directed. Zhou Chao, you and the guard find Wu Yao. Li Duo, you'll find Zhu Hai. Lin Zi, let's go after Guo Jie together. This is what Principal Su wants most. Good. No problem. Lin Zi smiled faintly. Let's hurry up and head out. Downstairs, guys stared at Lin Zi, but no one interfered. At the gate, Lin Zi and I took a cab. We sat at a cafe near the West City branch. I called Guo Jie. Guo Zhi'an, Ye Yang from Police Academy. You know about the murder. Need to verify some facts. Guo Jie wasn't surprised. Sure. Click. Ling Zi stirred her coffee. Student Ye. Why didn't Guo Jie contact the school? How likely is he a suspect? I pursed my lips. Logically, he's the prime suspect. His boyfriend died, yet he works like nothing happened. But why send Zhou and Li to check the others? Ling Zi frowned. She shook her head. It's simple. I cleared Guo Jie last night. He definitely didn't kill Yang Shu with a blunt object, I said. Ling Zi looked more confused. In her mind, Guo Jie was still the main suspect. Just then, Guo Jie appeared at the cafe. He's here, I reminded her. Guo Jie walks over, takes off his cap, revealing neat short hair. He looks rough, but he smiles. Hello, I'm Guo Jie. Sit down, Guo Jie. He sits. A waiter brings black coffee. Guo Jie eyes the cup bitterly. You even know my coffee. What else don't you know? Or maybe, in your eyes, am I the prime suspect? Before you came, I told Ling, you're definitely not the killer, I whispered. Guo Jie stared at me, stunned, frozen in place. Why? I had the most access. Prime suspect. Why rule me out? He clenched his jaw. From what I know, you two were close. Yang Shu only had you. Plus, the killer's male, unless you can mimic a man's voice. I don't buy it. Ling Zi frowned. As a criminal justice student, that's too hasty. But what shocked her more was Guo Jie breaking down.
No.
Even if I didn't kill him, he died because of me. Ye Yang, I've heard of you. Never thought you'd come to me. With your brain, you shouldn't waste time on me. I narrowed my eyes. Without hesitation, I asked, so you think the killer is Zhu Hai or Wu Yao? Has Wu Yao secretly loved you? Ling Zi pressed. Guo Jie's bitter smile deepened. If I said both pursued me, would you believe me? Of course. You have a cool, calm vibe. Sharp, yet graceful. Like Yang Shu. You're one of the top cadets. Yeah, last year had tons of top students. Yang Shu, Li Huan, Zhao Yirui. Even brilliant Zhu Hai was just second tier. But we missed something. Yang Shu wasn't the only one who vanished. Ling Zi and I froze. Guo Jie pulled out his phone, calling Yang Shu, Zihai, and Wu Yao's call logs, hundreds of times each. More than just Yang Shu disappeared. Zhu Hai and Wu Yao too. I called Zhou Chao instantly. Found Zhu Hai? Don't ask. Ye Yang, something's wrong. His parents said he went to teach in the mountains, like Yang Shu. My face went calm. I whispered, got it. Staring at my phone, Li Duo called, just as I feared. He didn't speak. I asked first, did Wu Yao go teach too? How'd you know? Just heard, I replied. My eyes fell on Guo Jie. He looked hollowed out, muttering over and over, dead. All dead. They're all gone. Ling Zi and I exchanged a look. I was desperate. Guo Jie, what do you know? Did Zhu Hai and Wu Yao vanish with Yang Shu? I pressed. Guo Jie turned pale. Yes, a month ago, I heard Zhu Hai went to teach.
Half a month later, Wu Yao did too.
I actually believed it then, until last night, when the school told me Yang Shu died. That's when it clicked. Who told you they went to teach? I asked again. I called those three almost daily. Then things felt off. I tried contacting their families. They said the kids went to remote mountains. No way to reach them. I looked for them in Kyoto. Board game cafes, competition centers, even used private means to check hotel records. But no records nationwide. Now Yang Shu's dead. Zhu Hai and Wu Yao should be next. Guo Jie fell silent. Ling Zi and I asked again. What about dorm 344? Where Yang Shu and the others live? Any conflicts? I don't know. Really don't. Yeah. I want to catch the killer more than anyone. 3 people. My boyfriend plus my 2 best friends. Guo Jie clenched his fists. I frowned. That? From what I know, Zhu Hai and Yang Shu didn't get along. Right. Yang Shu had issue with Zhu Hai and Wu Yao too. But when it matters, they're each other's most trusted brothers. I agree with that. Every school has that clique. They might bicker daily, but if one gets bullied, they stick together tighter than anyone. Alright then. Guo Zhi'an will stop asking. Nothing left to ask. Guo Jie took a deep breath, stood up, almost left, then turned back. Please find those 3 ASP. Once they are together, I'll check on them. Done. He left. Ling Zi watched him go. He's hiding. Probably not case related, I said coldly. Ling Zi pondered. She whispered. Senior Guo and the seniors have a complicated history. Even if she misses Yang Shu, is calling Zhu Hai and Wu Yao hundreds of times necessary. I smiled and said no more. We walked back to campus together. In my mind, Zhu Hai and Wu Yao were the prime suspects. But the case took an unexpected turn. Under these circumstances, everyone would be shocked. No one saw it coming. In the car, Ling Zi looked grave. I glanced at her and asked with a smile, what's wrong? Feeling defeated? Not necessarily. I'm just wondering, who could be capable of taking out 3 top students like that? And where are Zhu Hai and Wu Yao's bodies? I answered without thinking. At school. Ling Zi looked up. Everywhere's swarming now. After the Yang Shu incident, they've been clearing out. If their bodies were here, they'd have been found by now. Besides the water tower, where else could they hide bodies? I asked. Ling Zi frowned, racking her brain but finding nothing. Silence filled the car. Then, Ling Zi and I got school alerts. Day 2 of the semester. Also Jingjing's tree planting day. Plant your tree on the back hill by 6 p.m. It's a Jingjing tradition. Every freshman plants a sapling. 4 years later, trees grow. Students become capable cops. Ling Zi checks the push, a bitter smile. At a time like this, who cares about that? He paused, his tone hitched, suddenly staring at me. But I yelled at the driver. Hurry up. We need to reach Kinai Academy's back hill in 10 minutes. The taxi soon arrived at the back gate. As Ling Zi and I stepped out, we saw students gathering in the yard. Despite the murder,
Activities carried on as usual. I spotted Wang Gang organizing the event. Ran over to say, Director Wang, halt the tree planting. Wang Gang frowned. Didn't you investigate Yang Shu? Why are you here? Director Wang, Zhu Hai and Wu Yao are missing. Their parents said they went to teach with Yang Shu. We suspect they've met the same fate. Their bodies may be buried here. Wang Gang stared in disbelief. Nonsense. Only Yang Shu died. How could Zhu Hai and Wu Yao be involved? Director Wang, believe it or not, to preserve the scene, we must pause the event. Ling Zi added. Wang Gang paused. Alright, heading to the woods. I'll get security to help. Ling Zi and I nodded. Ran for the trees, told Li Duo and Zhou Chao to come in one spec. Each tree in Jingjing Houshan represents a student. These are the rules that the new president has laid down since he took office. So although there are many trees in the back mountain, belongs to the student, but not much. We went straight to the student tree planting area. The killer once said to the parents of Poplar, I'll see him in 2 days. I thought I was pointing to the Poplar. Want to come now? This sentence may include Zhu Hai and Wu Yao. He should mean 2 more days. The parents of all 3 will see the bodies. If the hypothesis holds, the bodies of Zhu Hai and Wu Yao are probably hanging from the tree they planted. As we walked slowly into the tree planting area, a faint, putrid stench drifting with the wind. The taste is not strong, but Lin Zi and I are sure. The body is just ahead, past the poplars. Zhu Hai. The 3 of us reached the trees. 2 rotting corpses hung there. Crows perched above, pecking at the flesh. We stepped closer. The crows took flight, cawing in agony. They're really here. Lin Zi sighed. I said nothing. I climbed Zhu Hai's tree. Reaching the bodies, I saw their mouths open. No tongues inside, held by iron nails. Just the sight flashed in my mind. Zhu Hai was brought here, hung from a tree, to stop him from screaming. The killer cut out his tongue and nailed his mouth shut. Ling Zi under the tree is not idle, looking for the ground. Soon she made a discovery. There's a pool of blood under both trees. I stand on the treetops, check other parts of Zhu Hai's body. A tug down his pants. I slightly upset. If the Zhou dynasty was in, estimated to say again. Where's the bird? Was it eaten by a crow? I followed up the Wu Yao tree, equally tongueless in the mouth. There are also iron nail support. As for what's in the pants, equally missing. Just as expected, I exclaimed. Ling Zi did not turn around. For homicide students, the victim is all that matters. Gender doesn't matter, but she couldn't see well. She asked curiously, is it like the poplar? Same, yet different. Yang's body, except for that spot, wasn't deliberately mutilated. But Zhu Hai and Wu Yao were different. Besides that spot, their tongues were gone too. The killer feared being heard, I said. Ling Zi replied, that explains it. There was dried blood below. The killer didn't make it quick. He slit the tongue, then the veins. Almost drained their blood. Poplar tree, Zhu Hai, Wu Yao, they're sleeping together. Occasional friction, but when something happens, they come forward. The first sentence is poplar. These 2 sentences do not need to be tested for DNA. It must be Zhu Hai and Wu Yao. They have no enemies at school, nor are bullies. What causes them to be treated like this? And the biggest problem, why Poplar in dormitory water tower, while Zhu Hai and Wu Yao are in the woods? The killer didn't have to do that, I said softly, frowned tight, as Zhu Hai and Wu Yao's bodies left the woods. The whole Jingjing Academy was shaken. Yang Shu's death had already sparked rumors. Media reports were everywhere. The school PR buried them. But with 2 more dead, it spiraled out of control. Principal Su called us 4 to his office. His face was grim, unprecedentedly so. The death toll is now 3. The worst incident in Jingjing's history. The Municipal Security Bureau has intervened. They're taking full charge. The school must cooperate fully. And I'm resigning today. Li Duo and Zhou Chao stared in shock. Principal Su, how does this involve you? This is a major crime on your watch. You're the top official here. No choice. I sighed too. Ling Zi was resentful, but didn't want to upset Grandpa, so he comforted him. Don't worry, Grandpa. Even without direct authority, we'll find the killer. Su Huo looked at us all, then smiled. I believe in you. Solving the Kanai case by Kanai students restores dignity. It's the best now. Carry on. We left the office. Ling Zi's eyes were red. Cheer up. Maybe Su will return. I comforted him softly. Ling Zi bit her lip hard. Too much happened lately. We had no time to prepare. Even our direct investigation was revoked. Ye Yang, what do we do now? We have almost no clues. Same voice called all 3 parents. Claimed he had a cold. Suspects likely male. Second, keep the focus. It's still about love troubles. Third, the most crucial part. Why was Yang Shu hidden in the water tower while Zhu Hai and Wu Yao were at the planting site? Ling Zi suddenly got it. You're right. Our approach can't change. Where they hid the bodies is crucial. To spot the differences, we need another autopsy before the bureau takes over. We gotta hurry. I said. They rushed to the morgue, but guards blocked the door. You four, stop right there. What do you want? They're blocking us. Li Duo looked helpless. Looks like they got here first. It's fine. If needed, we just charge in. I said to the guards. We're Jingjing Police Academy cadets. We have critical intel for your forensic team. You're from that old investigation unit. The guard didn't seem to believe us. I flashed my student ID the moment they saw it. Their faces lit up. Oh, it's young Master Ye. Make way. Lei Yeshao and his friends through. Zhou Chao and Li Duo were stunned. Watching the guard step aside, they couldn't help but ask, Ye Yang, what exactly does your dad do? He's in law enforcement. What about your grandpa? I turned around, grinning creepily. My grandpa runs the military academy. Holy shit, that's insane. One's from the police, the other's military. Don't tell me. Your mom and grandma are pros too. No point hiding it. My mom's a forensic expert. My grandma's retiring soon. Still a criminal investigation pro. Hearing this, Zhou Chao and Li Duo froze. Later on, thought, they're all freaks.
I said no more and entered the lab. Saw a familiar figure checking bodies and moving around. Seeing her, I couldn't help but smile. But I didn't expect. After Li Duo was stunned, he grabbed Zhou Chao's arm, stammering, "Oh my god, I'm seeing my idol. Oh Zhou, pinch me. Am I dreaming?" Zhou Chao slapped his head. "What's wrong with you? Where's the celebrity?" "Just a lady doing an autopsy, you idiot." "Look who's doing the autopsy. She's a forensic authority, top professor in the country." "She's..." Li Duo couldn't finish. I'd already walked over. Smiling, I called out, "Mom, you didn't even tell me you were coming." "Never expected your mom." She smiled at me.
Surprise? Shocking? Very surprising.
Very shocking. But I should have known.
Grandpa was the first principal.
Dad graduated here too.
And I'm leading the investigation. You coming makes perfect.
Su Wanrong chuckled. Smart kid. I thought I'd have to wait for the holidays
to see you. Never expected this in Jingjing.
After all we've discussed, Li Duo couldn't hold back.
He stepped forward, awestruck. "Prof. Su,
I'm Ye Yang, the forensic student you pitied. I've always admired you. Finally meeting you in person. Guess I got a little fan." "Spill it. Does Ye Yang look like me?" Su Wanrong asked, intrigued. Li Duo nodded instantly. "Yeah, just like you."
Alright, let's get down to business.
"Mom, been at it a while. Any leads?"
Let's get straight to it.
Su Wanrong picked up a file.
Here's the autopsy report for Principal Su.
"You're the lead examiner, kid?"
Take another look.
"Forensics demands precision. This report missed something crucial."
Li Duo froze. Zhou Chao reacted fast.
Kicked his shin.
Snap out of it.
"Best time to learn."
"Prof, Su's giving you a chance."
"Thanks, Prof. Su. I'll re-verify it." Li Duo changed into a gown. He solemnly re-examined Yang Shu's body. Ling Zi and I. Zhou Chao waited by the side.
Moments later.
Ling Zi whispered, "Ye Yang, I envy you." "What for?" "Not your family. Your amazing mom." Her tone was gentle. "You're the center of attention. That's what I envy." "I get it." Ling Zi's mom must have been strict. "You think my mom's great, but to my dad, she's too lenient." I joked. Ling Zi smiled, said nothing, waiting for results. Time passed. After Li Duo checked Yang Shu's body again,
His expression changed.
Zhou Chao stepped forward.
I held him back, waiting for Li Duo
to check Zhu Hai and Wu Yao.
Time passed.
Li Duo paused, bowed to Su Wanrong.
"Professor Su, thanks for the tip.
Won't repeat that mistake." We walked over. Su smiled.
So what did you find? What did you miss?
Their internal organs. Tests on the bodies showed signs of poisoning. Chronic though, even without murder. The toxins could kill them. Over a year or two.
This points to a clue.
They were poisoned beforehand.
What kind of poison? I asked.
Their bodies are full of chloramphenicol. It's an antibiotic, mainly for typhoid and salmonella, but long-term use damages the digestive,
nervous and blood systems,
and the liver. Organ failure, basically. In short, if they keep using it, their health will collapse. It could even be fatal.
Li Duo finished.
Ling Zi's face lit up.
Kanai students only eat at the cafeteria.
That's the only way in, unless the water source.
Zhou Chao dao. I shook my head. The water source is ruled out.
Only the 3 guys in dorm 344 got sick.
Since it's the cafeteria,
why didn't others get sick?
Zhou Chao asked.
We need to investigate.
Start with the cafeteria. Interview everyone,
especially Yang Shu and the others. Was their meal different?
Then what are we waiting for? Let's hurry to the cafeteria.
Can't let security beat us. Zhou Chao urged,
but I didn't move. Thought for a moment.
If they poison them, why try to kill them too?
Is it because they're graduating? Afraid they won't get poisoned? The poisoner isn't necessarily the killer.
My words chilled everyone.
Exactly. Even if we find the poisoner,
it doesn't prove they pulled the trigger. Su Wanrong stays in the lab.
Li Duo didn't want to leave.
Wanted to learn from her.
I agreed. My mom's reputation is too loud. Any forensic student would kill to learn from her.
Zhou Chao was acting weird.
Li Duo stayed behind. He insisted on staying too.
Su Wanrong was pleased.
She liked having somebody to...
So she kept them both. Ling Zi and I left the lab. The security guard nodded.
We exchanged a smile.
We rushed to find the next person.
Logistics Director Wang Gang. He was surprised to see us. But seeing us there, he smiled. What's up?
Director Wang.
We need to ask about the cafeteria.
Isn't that your department?
I asked.
Wang Gang nodded. Yes.
Out with it. What's on your mind?
With everything going on at school,
I've been swamped. I wanted to ask.
Are there any special dining exceptions, like for the graduating class?
Did Yang Shu's group get different meals?
Wang Gang cut in. Impossible. Jingjing wouldn't single out a few. No one got better or worse food. Is the cafeteria outsourced?
One more thing.
True. But that scenario's unlikely there.
No need to press further.
Whether Wang's lying or not.
Covering up serves no purpose. He probably knows nothing. I dropped it. Ling's and I took our leave. Stepping out of the office,
Ling's frowned.
Just head straight to the cafeteria.
Aren't we tipping them off? Forgot our inside contact.
I smiled.
Lin's got it instantly.
Right,
Guojie.
He's close with Yang Shu's crew.
You must know something.
They made a deal. Left school again. Contacted Guojie. Met at the coffee shop.
We lost primary jurisdiction.
But Guojie's attitude hasn't changed. Why did you call me?
Got new clues?
Guojie asked right away. I got straight to the point.
You know about Zhu Hai and Wu Yao's bodies? We're here about the poisoning.
Guojie looked confused. Poisoning? Yes.
Autopsy shows chronic chloramphenicol toxicity.
We suspect it's diet related.
The canteen is their only option.
You're closest to them.
You must know something. I just said that. Guo Jie's face changed. He hit it fast. But I caught it. That look confused me. Guo Jie spoke up. Are you sure it's the canteen? Lin Zi and I nodded. If so, only one person could have done it. He was a young cafeteria worker. Early 20s. Cousin of the contractor. Though young, he was calculating. When serving students, his portions were tiny. Yang Shu clashed over this. Later, he and Zhu Hai, Wu Yao couldn't stand it, ambushed and beat him. Since then, Fang Yan was overly friendly, secretly sharing hidden sides. Yang Shu initially scoffed, but soon got used to it. Their bond was strong then. After Guo Jie finished, I smiled. You're right. If nothing goes wrong, the poisoner is likely Fang Yan. Alright, senior sister, get back to work. We need to head back. Okay. Guo Jie stood up, but stopped midway. I called out to him. Senior sister, do you often eat with Yang Shu? I asked suddenly. Guo Jie turned back. Calmly, he said, often, but not always. Don't worry, I'll get a checkup tomorrow. Take care, senior. I smiled. Guo Jie left. Lin Zi watched him go. He's always been weird. I just smiled, said nothing, watching his back. Then I made up my mind. After that brief meeting, Lin Zi and I headed straight back. Sick had doubled. Cops from the bureau. Jinkai trains law enforcement. 3 deaths here. Even the city police. My father Ye Zhengbang takes it seriously. Lin Zi and I headed to the cafeteria. Met a middle-aged couple on the way. Grief-stricken faces. Lin Zi and I exchanged a look. Parents of one of the victims. I stepped forward. Hello, uncle, auntie. I'm Ye Yang. I handled the Yang Shu case. Zhu Hai, a Jinkai student on the Wu Yao case. Who are you? Yang Shu's parents. What do you want? Asked Yang Shu's father. But Yang Shu's mother sized us up. He looks suspicious. Is Kanai that careless? How old are you two? You're too young for investigations. Auntie, Lin Zi and I are young, but all leads come from us. That's why we stopped you. Just want to ask. On that call, what did he say? Undoubtedly, the caller is the killer. He just asked after your health. Talked about hard teaching. Told us to take care. I nodded. Did you record it? What day was it? How long? I never thought about the recording. Just remember, last month the 21st, we talked on the phone for an hour. We all thought it was really Yang Shu. His voice had a heavy cold, but the tone was exactly like his. Okay, got it. Uncle, aunt, please accept my condolences. I didn't follow up. Yang Shu's parents left, dejected. Lin Zi glanced over. Let's hit the cafeteria. No rush. Let's check Zhu Hai and Wu Yao's parents. I went to find those couples next. They're staying in dorms. In terms of wealth, Yang Shu's family tops. His dad's a successful businessman. Assets over 100 million. Zhu Hai's the poorest. From a humble farming family. Parents are simple folks. Lin Zi and I asked the same. Is there a recording? How long was the call? Call date. Everyone gave the same answer. Call from last month, 21st. Male voice. Bad flu. Calls last 30 minutes. We're close to the killer. Really? Leaving Wu Yao's parents' room. Lin Zi finally smiled. Should be soon. Now, we need evidence. I smiled too. But Zhou Chao and Li Duo ran over. Ye Yang, Lin Zi, police arrested a cafeteria worker for attempted murder. They were gasping. Who leaked this? Not Su Wanrong. It's been hours. She could hide it. Maybe Director Wang? After you asked Director Wang about the canteen, he immediately reported to security. Hearing it was you. Security started investigating the staff right away. I sneered. Zhao Qingyang's crew is good at speculation, but I'm just curious. Let them arrest them. Don't blame me when they're humiliated. Then, I turned back. Lin Zi trailed close behind. She whispered, don't you want to see? See what? The poisoner is Fang Yan. He can't escape. Getting caught is inevitable. But Student Lin, why are you following me? Lin Zi paused. Investigating a case. Investigating what? People aren't made of iron. You've been neglecting food and sleep. We need proper rest. Of course. If you find the girl's dorm unpleasant, my room welcomes you anytime. She flashed a grin. Lin Zi rolled her eyes. Keep dreaming. She stormed off. 2 days straight, I was swamped with the Kanai case. Lin Zi thought I was just resting. Didn't know I was actually sleeping. Not until it got dark did I wake up. Lin Zi had long left the dorms. I stretched lazily. Saw food left on the table. Curious, I took a look. Saw you hadn't eaten. Bought this for you. You're welcome. The handwriting was elegant. Clearly a girl's touch. I smiled and opened the box. Still warm. I dug in happily. Full belly, ready to work. It was pitch black outside. Neither Zhou nor Li boys here. I walked out alone. Left the school. Flagged a taxi at the gate. Told the driver a place. Phoenix compound. Once we arrived, it felt familiar, like I'd been here. Straight to building 3. Up to the 12th floor. Knocked on a door. No answer. So I pulled something out. Just a second. The door opened. I stepped inside. A faint fragrance lingered. Decorated in a girl's style. No one expected me to come here tonight. His place looks pretty ordinary, but I'm in no rush. My meeting with Guo Jie earlier felt off. Previously, Guo Jie seemed the least suspect. But least suspect doesn't mean no suspect. I never rule out anyone connected to the case, so I came while he was out, just hoping for new clues. I checked the living room, then followed into his bedroom. Still minimalist decor, but with a huge wardrobe. I stared at that wardrobe, intrigued. From what I know, Guo Jie was careless in college, never cared much for clothes or shoes. She's not into makeup. So this huge closet, it just takes up space. Not his style. I walked up to it, gently pulled it open. Guo Jie's clothes, mostly black and white tees. I glanced inside. Nothing special. I pulled my hand back.
Then I paused.
The scent was odd. I pushed the clothes aside. I caught a hint of sandalwood. As I moved them, the smell grew stronger. I looked closer. Behind the row of shirts, there was a hidden compartment. I opened the hidden compartment. Sight made my heart skip. 2 electric candles flicker weakly. The sandalwood scent comes from one burner. The burner is piled high with ash. Must have been months. I reached into the ash, but my eyes locked on 2 photos. 2 young men, in their 20s, smiling with youthful joy. They were Wu Yao and Zhu Hai. Where are their photos? Why is Yang Shu missing? This is Guo Jie's home. Even for mourning, Yang Shu should come first. Why only Wu Yao and Zhu Hai? Do friends really need daily rites? I don't doubt friendship, but hanging daily portraits, burning incense for them? Too few. Way too few. I'm peeling back another layer. I linked Yang Zhu Hai and Wu Yao together. Only after seeing their bodies did I think to separate them. But I didn't act on it. Not until now. Seeing Guo Jie's shrine, it clicked. I've met my match. Yang, Zhu Hai, and Wu Yao. Separate cases. Linking them kills the truth. We'll never solve it. Staring at the photos, I thought, Yang's girlfriend. Why no shrine for her? Is Yang still alive? Impossible. The autopsy report. Proof is irrefutable. Yang Shu is dead. Rats tore his corpse apart. So the killer of Zhu Hai and Wu Yao isn't the same as Yang Shu's. Guo Jie, congratulations on being the first suspect again. I gently closed the dark grid, rearranged the clothes, after determining that it will not arouse suspicion. Glanced at the time. It's almost 9 o'clock. Guo Jie is expected to leave work soon. After carefully checking that there is no monitoring equipment in the house, I opened the door and left.
10 minutes later.
Guo Jie returned home. He turned on the light. Take off your police uniform. Open the wardrobe. Push aside the clothes. Ignite a plate of sandalwood. Smoke curled up. Guo Jie stood quietly, without talking or moving. No one knew he did this daily. After standing an hour, he'd bow slightly to the photo, whispering goodnight. The night seemed peaceful. On my way back to school, Ye Yang, where are you? Why is the dorm empty? Stuck in school. Wanted some air. What's up? Prof Su and I deep dived the 3 corpses. New findings. Hurry back. I rushed the driver straight to the lab. Inside, Li Duo said excitedly, you were right. Yang, Zhu Hai. Different times of death. Zhu Hai and Wu Yao first. Yang last. As I suspected. Can we find the gap? Hard to be precise, but within 5 days. Su Wanrong added. I nodded, glanced at the lab, then asked suddenly, where's Linzi? She hasn't shown up. Just called her. Seems she's out too. I dropped it, pulled the Su aside. Mom, you're a woman. Help me analyze. She skips her boyfriend's memorial. Instead, she honors his 2 friends. Su Wanrong frowned. You mean Guo Jie? She didn't mourn Yang Shu. She mourned Zhu Hai and Wu Yao.
Exactly.
Mom, you're a woman. You'd understand her better. Su Wanrong pondered, shaking her head. Yang Shu died 3 days ago. Shouldn't she be grieving? Why mourn now? She's been mourning for months. Su's face turned pale. Months of mourning. If she did that, she'd be the prime suspect. Right, but the caller was a man. Guo Jie was a top student. Sharp detective mind, solid combat skills, even some forensics. A well-rounded guy. I'm wondering, could she change her voice? Su Wanrong didn't know. She barely believed it. She'd seen Guo Jie today, visiting Yang Shu's trio. Su actually liked her, especially after hearing how brilliant she was at it. Jingjing. But now, Guo Jie looks suspicious. Voice didn't match though. He had every opportunity. Most trusted by the trio. Capable of silent kills. Yang isn't the one. She likes Zhu Hai or Wu Yao. Maybe she even hates him. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Women just know. It's a gut feeling. I'll take that as fact. The Linzi back. He burst in without knocking, panting heavily. Ye Yang, I found a major clue. Yang Shu spent a month in the US last semester. After he returned, Guo Jie might be pregnant. I walked straight to Linzi. Where did this clue come from? A girl who hated Guo Jie. Are we tracking their circle? I looked the other way. Didn't know about this. It gets better. When Yang Shu was abroad, Guo Jie wasn't on campus one night. It was Wu Yao's birthday. The guys in 314 were gone too. 2 weeks after Yang Shu returned, Guo Jie took a week off.
5 days later.
Just a holiday. I started piecing together Linzi's clues. Guo Jie might be pregnant. None of them were at school on Wu Yao's birthday. Guo Jie took leave after returning. If she is pregnant, she went to deal with it that week. Once she did that, Yang Shu must have found out. So, during Yang Shu's months away, did Guo Jie and Zhu Hai or Wu Yao get close? Friendship turned into something more. When Yang Shu found out, he killed Zhu Hai and Wu Yao in rage. Then Guo Jie killed Yang Shu. If all this is true, Guo Jie is terrified. He's been acting for months. Every single day, his call logs show he never missed calling. Wu Yao and Yang Shu. Calls always lasted over 10 seconds. And the craziest part, Guo Jie wouldn't help cover up Yang Shu's death. Is he afraid of slipping up?
but no one expected. The police burst in. Overjoyed, Professor Su. Mr. Ye, we found the killer. It's Fang Yan. City police just called. Fang Yan confessed. He confessed. The lab staff stared in shock. In their minds, Fang Yan couldn't be the murderer. He poisoned them, unless he feared failing to kill Yang Shu. But could Fang Yan kill 3 elites at once? I don't believe it. Since I left Guojie's, I knew there were 2 killers. Why did Fang Yan confess? After the police left, Lin Zi immediately said, this is impossible. Dialects are not murderers. Although he also killed indirectly, but the real killer wasn't him. It seems that the City Bureau is very anxious to show its ability to the public. If there is no accident, news of the arrest of the dialect will appear in all major newspapers early tomorrow morning. They will even take the initiative to hold a press conference. Many people are paying attention to this matter. Su Wanrong said, my mouth evoked a sneer. Then let Zhao Qingyang play. There's still 1 night left for us. Once he dares to call a press conference tomorrow, let me find another chance. So Zhao Qingyang wants to go further in officialdom in the future. Can only be a dream. This I support. It's just Ye Yang. The time left for us now may not even be 12 hours. I didn't say anything. Just staring at the bodies. Lin Zi, let's go find that girl you looked for. She didn't know my motives, but nodded. I hurried out, riding in Su Wanrong's car. We arrived at an apartment in East Kyoto. Lin Zi made a call.
Moments later.
A girl came down. Curious, she asked in the car. Junior sister, anything else? I've told you everything. I'm the one asking. Some things are unclear. Hope you can help. I smiled. She glanced at me. Fine. For your handsome face, I'll say all I know. I didn't take it seriously. How did you spot the pregnancy? We were classmates. He had morning sickness. Then he took 7 days off. That's when I suspected. I nodded. Fair enough. How did you know about Wu Yao? It wasn't a secret. Everyone knew. He argued with her next day, demanding to know who. It clicked for me. I smiled. Last question. What do you think of him? Guojie. I really didn't like him. Too arrogant. But I have to admit, his grades are really good. He's almost a genius in the criminal investigation world. In the school that year, each case was simulated. The man who found the killer could account for 7 times out of 10.
Well, if it were you.
Do you think if you let Guojie commit a crime, what can he do? I laughed. No one would doubt him. Even in doubt, it will also deny him the possibility in the first place. I stopped asking. Got it. Thanks for the info, senpai. Let's grab a meal sometime. She nodded with a smile, but right before getting off, she asked, if possible, no need for dinner. Just let me see Yang Shu. I can guarantee you'll see him tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
The girl got off and left. For Lin Zi, she felt she hadn't gained much. But from my face, she read something called confidence. Got a new idea? Lin Zi asked. Absolutely. Guojie is the murderer of Poplar. As for Zhu Hai and Wu Yao, should be killed by Poplar. I said. Lin Zi was in no hurry to ask why, but to calculate their own. Guojie had sex with them in Zhu Hai on the night of Wu Yao's birthday, then pregnant. Discovered by Poplar. File display. Poplar is not only excellent and aloof, he certainly won't tolerate. So kill Zhu Hai and Wu Yao. But by then Guojie may have had a good relationship with Zhu Hai or Wu Yao to another extent. So he set up a set to kill the poplar tree in pain and faked everything. Is that right? I didn't answer his question, but suddenly I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? Then an article pops up. A master of vocal mimicry once hosted a banquet in the northeast corner of a hall. Students know this piece well. It's called vocal mimicry. I went to Guojie's that night. A calligraphy piece hung on the wall. It was that exact article. The signature was also Guo. The brushwork seemed crucial. Not hard evidence, but it confirmed Guojie was the killer. Let's go. Back to the lab, I said. Lin Zi stared at me. Still looking for clues on the corpse? No corpse. We don't have time for evidence. Guojie wouldn't leave any. But Guojie is smart. Yang Shu is too. Unless he was really bludgeoned to death, he'd have left something. A single blow could indeed kill. What if Yang didn't die there? He might have struggled. And the primary crime scene, we never found it. Where is it? Maybe where no one looks. The excluded scene. The rooftop, where Zhou ruled out. Lin Zi and I rushed back. Straight to the lab. Su An saw us. She asked immediately. Found the evidence? I shook my head. No, but Guo is involved. Ma, keep Li Duo busy. Run a full autopsy. Under the nails and in the mouth. Zhou Chao, get the luminol ready. Zhou Chao asked, surprised. You found the first crime scene? Not sure, but I want to use luminol on the roof to see if it's really the first scene. Luminol's easy to mix, but the glow is faint. Needs total darkness. It's deep night now. Zhou and Li go prep it. Once ready, Li stays with Su Wanrong. I take Zhou and Lin to B-dorm. Luminol supply is limited. Impossible to make much this fast. We reached the roof. Zhou and Lin stared at me, waiting for where to spray. I looked around. Guo can fight, but dragging a body to the tower is unlikely. To catch Yang off guard. Behind this iron door is the best hideout. Zhou sprayed along the line from door to tower. Zhou nodded. Spray reagent along this line. If there's blood on the floor, no matter how cleaned or old, it will show up. The reagent spread to the tower. Before Zhou Chao reached it, fluorescent spots appeared. One area kept expanding. I grabbed my phone to shoot. Suddenly, glowing footprints emerged. I yelled, Lin Zi, what size shoe does Yang Shu wear? Maybe a 43. How big are these? Definitely a 37. Lin Zi beamed with joy. A size 37 print here. Unbelievable evidence. Tiny footprints. aren't from I've observed this. For a woman, his feet are huge. Size 37 is considered big. I photographed the prints up close. More prints slowly emerged, fading as they went further. Blood on the soles dried up. Watching Joe spray the tower base, I shouted out, spray around the water tower. Let's see if the weapon shows up. Joe nodded. Almost empty, the hammer shape appeared. I smiled and switched off. Call Su Wanrong. Ma, no need to test anymore. Is the press conference confirmed? Confirmed. 9 a.m. tomorrow. Jinkai Campus Field. Su Wanrong answers. Alright, wrap up tonight. I'll invite Guojie to the press conference first thing. Night passes quickly. Morning. Sunlight floods in. Jinkai Academy. The hot topic. Buzzing today. Students gather on the field, waiting for the presser. Up at 7 a.m. Called Guojie first. She picked up fast. I said, Senior, we found the real culprit. City Bureau's press conference today. Make the case public. Your wish comes true today. Guojie paused on the phone. Then he spoke heavily. Ye Yang, thank you. No problem. After the call, I changed clothes and called Zhou Chao and Li Duodang. The playground was packed. So sad. Almost every Jingpo student is here. I think I saw Principal Su. He was in the crowd too. Li Duo suddenly pointed elsewhere. Ling Zi rushed over immediately. I smiled. Let's say hello to. Su He isn't at the principal's desk. He's mingling with the students. A murder during Jingjing's term. Even if not directly his fault. I know. As Principal Jingjing, preventing student crime is priority one. Jingjing can nurture geniuses, but also prodigious criminals. Though unwritten, it's a silent iron law. We greeted Su He. He looked tired, but still sharp. You guys have good eyes. Look closely. Will today's press conference be a joke? Su He as Jingjing's principal isn't just about seniority. My grandpa was the first. Back then, talent was scarce, so he stepped in. Now the police force is full of stars. Su He may be old, but he's a legend in his field. Ling Zi and I watched city officials take their seats. We smiled. No need to wait long. The truth comes out today. Su He stared, shocked. Then his eyes lit up. You found it. We all nodded. But my eyes were scanning around. When I spotted that familiar figure, I walked over. Senior, you're here. Need a seat? Guojie shook his head, smiling. Excel cops aren't fragile. I'll stand with you for the verdict. True, but I never expected a cafeteria worker to pull this off. Who would have guessed? Maybe Jingjing breeds talent. Living with police geniuses daily, it rubs off on you. That's how you succeed. A true mastermind. Even when it's obvious he's the killer, people just can't admit it. Guojie Sui. I asked, Yuefuli, senior sister. Well said. I always thought so too. The killer hides where we least expect. Guojie turned to me. He wanted to say something, but an official at the scene tapped the mic. Hello? Media friends, teachers and students of Jingjing. Hello, I'm Li Lisheng from the City Bureau. There's only one item today. The 901 Roof and 903 Woods murder cases. After Li's speech, a reporter asked Deputy Director Li, these two cases at Jingjing College have caused a huge stir online. Have you arrested the killer yet? If so, we'll reveal their identity today. School leaders of Jingjing, with these two cases. Is it true the principal resigned? Deputy Director Li and school leaders. 3 people are dead. This has a huge social impact. How will Jingjing prevent this? Reporters jostle to speak. Vice Director Li gestures for silence. Hold on everyone. Since the incident, Secretary Liu, Director Zhao is highly concerned. Especially our director Zhao Qingyang hasn't slept in 3 days. But hard work pays off. The culprit was indeed hidden within Jingjing College. From victim Yang Shu, blood tests on Zhu Hai and Wu Yao confirmed long-term chloramphenicol use. Last semester, Yang Shu, Zhu Hai, Wu Yao's meals were poisoned by cafeteria worker Fang Yan. Upon finding this clue, we laid a careful trap. Successfully arrested Fang Yan. Deputy Director Li's speech was dramatic. It was a heated debate, but the press isn't stupid. One asked if he already poisoned them. Why kill Yang's group? They were seniors. The chloramphenicol wasn't lethal yet. Before the poisoning, Yang's group beat Fang. Over petty things, he held a grudge. He couldn't wait. So he killed them. Over the holidays. Motive, time and reason. The reporters fell silent. All students looked scared. They eat at the canteen too. Who knows if they angered him? Then poisoned. Students riot. Yang's family, parents, weeping. But no one saw me grab Guojie's wrist. I pulled him forward. His eyes reddened, face full of grief, but felt my hand. He was stunned. Before he could ask why, I shouted to the stage. Deputy Director Li, Fang Yan only poisoned them.